Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to Tuesday morning, May the 25th, 2021. I'm glad you could make it join us today. I'm glad I could make it. We're all good. Thank you for popping in. Uncle Bruce here from Creston, British Columbia saying, hi, how are you? Are you ready to make some money today? I am. I think we're going to be all right. Having a good start to the morning this morning so far. So far, things are indicating quite nice. At the moment, the Dow is showing an 82-point gain in the pre-market to add to the gains from yesterday. We have the S&P adding 13.2 points and NASDAQ 72. So all three markets are trending in the right direction to add to yesterday's wonderful day. Thank you very much. Nobody wants to give this up, and I don't see why they would. This market will go higher. The U.S. futures are pointing higher because of apparently inflation fears are receding. Well, that's not a surprise to me. This inflation talk and this inflation fear-mongering garbage, it's a one-shot because the economy is being awoken from its slumber. I just heard a comment just a few minutes ago. What is it? Making money, or what was it? The monetary markets are complicated. Yeah, no kidding, Sherlock. They are complicated. And the sooner everyone understands that, the better, because it helps everyone figure out just why don't things just go from here to here and leave it at that? Because it's complicated. And there's a lot of complexity in everything. Just you want to open up a coffee shop in your hometown, downtown on the street corner. You want to open up a coffee shop in a strip mall somewhere. You want to open up a coffee shop in an abandoned gas station because it's got a perfect drive-through scenario, perhaps. Sounds so easy, doesn't it? It's just simple. Why doesn't everyone do it then? Because it can't be done simply. You have all kinds of rules and regs and taxations and zoning bylaws and health issues. You try to open up a coffee shop anywhere. Good luck. Try to open up a restaurant in a shopping mall, just in a shopping mall. Health concerns, and there was just there was a restaurant there, and you're just taking over a restaurant and renaming it, rebranding it, right from scratch. Step one, health people come in there, double check, make sure the way you prepare your food is up to healthcare standards. Well, that's, as a customer, you'd kind of go, well, yeah, that's what I want to see. I want to know that I'm going to be safe if I go to Joe Schmuck's Chinese place or Bobby's Italian or whatever. I can't get this darn thing to In any event, all welcome to Bruce's channel this morning, where we're trying to talk about the complexities of life in a simple format. Anyway, how you doing? 181 on GameStop, 181.05 right now, up $1.04. Nothing to write home about, but it's certainly not. We don't have a disaster opening going on. Bruce keeps looking, changing this, adjusting his shirt. I think I got it. I don't know if I got it. IPOE, the SoFi deal coming up, kids. I think it's Thursday, day after tomorrow, is the shareholder vote, official shareholder meeting to vote the deal through. IPOE will become SoFi, I think. $20.51 right now on the market, up another 73 cents in the pre-market. And those of you who've been picking up your options and getting your shares since it was $14.50, $14.97, a week and a half ago, and I started to really get to you and say, hey, I'm telling you, now's the time. Don't be dilly-dallying. And here we are, 2051. We're going higher, going a lot higher. Again, the only people who know about the IPOE deal, you and maybe 10% of the market really are aware of what's going on. 90% of the market out there, especially globally, not a clue, no idea. And if they knew what you knew, if they knew what you know, for example, now they'd be in here like crazy, jumping all over this thing, but they don't. And they're about to. They're going to find out starting next week, and the week after, and the week after. It's just going to be a nonstop drumbeat of information going out there that people are going to go, oh wow, this is a great looking deal. Oh wow, look at this online bank. Oh wow, oh geez, I can really get into this. Look at that. You know why? I have a hunch. I have a hunchback, right? I'm just like that guy, Marty Feldman, right? I got the big, and that's why it won't fit. I'm all deformed. When you're 4'8", then you're 4 feet 8 inches tall like me. Nothing fits, So it just goes right back there. I don't know. Maybe it's the way I move, the way I. So look, just want to say, nice to see you all. What do you think of my new suit? He looks pretty good, that guy, doesn't he? Oh man, this poor old guy. Welcome all to Bruce and his fitting of his sweatshirt. It's nice to have you here. He's not going to be wearing it much longer because underneath the sweatshirt, guess what he's gone on today? Bruce has gone on the green shirt today. We're going higher. 1351 on AMC, something that's not going higher. It's down 17 cents on the pre-market. At this point in time, I don't know if that's going to be for the day, but at the moment, that's what we have in the pre-market. Gore's Holdings, 1380, up 13 cents, however. That's going the direction we want. Matterport, the company that is taking this company over, which again, most of the market doesn't know about. Financials come out tomorrow for Matterport. Financials. I am waiting for Gore's Holdings to officially make a press release to tell us the day of the shareholder vote for the takeover officially. Now, I'm guessing what's going on. My hunch, my suspicion, I'm pretty sure, in plain English, Gore's has likely filed with the SEC its newest and latest filings, I guess, or they're about to, and they will then be, quote, received and will be known as an active filing, which inside that active filing will be the date for a shareholder vote to merge Matterport into Gore. So it's just, stick around and watch. In the meantime, the stock is not waiting. As you can plainly see, the shares have not been waiting lately. And of course, as I'm talking about how great Gore's is going to be, it's down now 6 cents to 1361. Welcome to the pre-market. It jumps 30 cents in the trade. But the market has not been necessarily waiting around for Gore's Holdings to make its news, make its announcements. People have been picking it up because they're seeing what's happening on IPOE and going, oh, that's what can happen. It can go from $15 to $20 in a week as the shareholder vote is about to happen. Oh, that's how that go. Oh, that's how SPACs go up. Oh, we're now waiting for the same thing for all the other SPACs that I'm talking about that I followed. My SPACs are right here. These are the faves that I have. These are the ones that that I've been talking about now for months and months and months, and we're getting close to these SPACs concluding their mergers, changing their name. Every one of these symbols will disappear eventually, will be replaced with brand new stock symbols, new names, one-for-one share swaps, one-for-one option swaps. Everything will be just identical as far as the numbers go. The names will change. Now the companies change, and a whole bunch of dough comes out of trust accounts and goes into corporate accounts and gets into the economy. And here we go. And we're talking, what do we got here? How we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 of them there. If I got that right, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You add up how much money these guys are getting from their underwritings, which are the SPACs underwritings, and how much pipe financing is being added into these guys. We're talking billions and billions of dollars here. We're probably talking 4 or 5 billion or $6 billion that will enter the economy and start to be, will start to move within the economy. I mean, deals are going to be made. Jobs are going to be created. Wealth will be created, additional wealth, and away we go. This is what it's all about. As you probably have gathered from watching me, if you have watched me for a while, you probably gathered that I'm a fan of SPACs under the right circumstances. I'm not a fan of SPACs, under the wrong circumstances. And the wrong circumstances are, I'm not a fan of a SPAC stock, if it goes to the moon before they even announce who they're merging with. And we don't even know under what terms and conditions. We don't know if there's pipe financing. We don't know who's behind the pipe financing. I'm not a fan of those kinds of stocks. Those are the SPACs I avoid because that's pure out and out speculation on what the SPAC could possibly become. The SPACs that I like to talk about and like to follow are the SPACs where they've gone public, they've raised a substantial amount of money. The people behind the SPAC looks like they know what they're doing, and they've announced a deal. They've already, they're publicly traded, and they've announced their deal. They've already announced who's going to take them over, who is the private entity, who are the people behind the private entity, what they're all about, how far along the growth path is this entity. And there's a pipe financing being added to this thing to sweeten the pot, which means, those of you who don't understand this, a SPAC goes public and might raise $200 to $500 million to $700 million or more, and that's at $10 a share. That dough gets tucked into a trust account and is parked over here, which is not spendable by anyone until a deal is concluded, merger is completed. And the SPAC has raised already seed financing from, again, the organizers of the SPAC. They've put up the first bit of cash. They're the risk takers. They get the brokerage firm to take them public. They get public. The shareholders are trading, and they're trading the stock now in the open market. So shares can trade back and forth. Yeah, the units get split. The warrants get taken off, and the warrants trade, and the stocks trade. And I tell you, look at this stock after the company announces what's the name of the private company and what are they all about that we're going to merge with. And then we get what's called a pipe financing, which is an arrangement where the brokerage firm that may have taken the company public, the SPAC public, and the management of the SPAC, they have deep Wall Street contacts through hedge funds, pension funds, mutual funds, ETFs, institutional, bankers, insurance companies, wealthy people. I mean, just deep Rolodexes. And these folks are going, "You're taking a SPAC public, and you're going to grab those guys? Oh yeah, I'm in. Yeah, what do you want? How much stock will you let me buy? Not how much stock do you need? How much money do you need? No, how much stock would you let me get at $10 a share?" That's how this works. And so these SPAC organizers and their brokers, they put their heads together with the private company, and they go, okay, well, look, why don't we issue another $500 million worth of $10 stock, which will be restricted from trading for the first year, pretty well all of it. But we'll spread it out to, 6 or 8 or 10 different institutional investors, so that no one guy dominates this company when it's all said and done. So that we might go to the Vanguard people, or we go to this hedge fund group over here, we go to this hedge fund group over here, and we raise 20 million from these guys, 50 million from those guys, 30 million from those guys, blah blah blah. We chunk this money together, and everybody gets stock at $10, and all that money is put in trust. So when the money is raised, the cash checks are written, and the money is held with the lawyers, the securities lawyers, in trust. And so you got the SPAC money sitting over here, $500 million, $500 million in trust over here. I'm just using generic example. And there's almost, anywhere from 600 million to $1 billion or more dollars waiting for the finalization of the private company to take over the SPAC. Those are the SPACs I like to recommend, that I like to talk about, that I like to bring to your attention, because I think you deserve to know, here's an interesting deal. In this little private company. This isn't a little company. This private company is a going concern and is on its way, blah, blah, blah. Now, SoFi with IPOE is the first one to go here. And SoFi Financial is firing on all cylinders as a very active and successful private online banking company. They're doing really well. They don't actually need to go public to be making money. They're making money. What they need to go public for is the kind of leverage power to bring in billions of dollars of additional capital to expand their business to an infinity type size. They can make millions of dollars in profits, tens of millions of dollars in profits, hundreds of millions of dollars in profits as a private company. Yeah, they could. But if they truly want to be a player like an Amazon, the Amazon of the online banking world, you got to be worth a couple $100 billion or more to even matter, to even be noticed. And if you want to be into car loans from A to Z, you want to be in personal loans, you want to be in the credit card business, you want to be in the mortgage business, you want to be in the stock brokerage business, which they're in. You want to be in everything banking kind of business, you're going to need cash, baby. You're going to need a lot of money. And you're talking about competing with JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, Wells Fargo. By the way, I'm getting naked right now because I can't stand to look at this sweatshirt today. Two, I'm dying here. I'm getting hot because I'm getting so excited about how rich we're going to get. And three, I know you like watching a peeler show first thing in the morning, so it's okay. Welcome one and all. There you go. This morning it was nice and cool around here, but it's now warming up here nicely, and so I'm all good. Welcome to Bagel Time with Uncle Bruce. You want to be social? You want to be IPOE? You want to be SoFi and really be the real deal? You got to go public, because being public will allow you to acquire other companies and will allow you to take your company to another level, and that's what it's all about. You want to be, you want to be as successful as my Jen. You want to get that kind of success. You better look like this. You better take your man out and go grocery shopping around Creston in that hot Tesla, and get dressed up. Let's go to Subway and grab a sub. You walk in the door of a Subway dressed like that. Guess what happens to the room? It goes quiet. Everyone shuts up and wonders what is going on. Oh my God. That's the kind of success you want to have right there. That's how you go. That's how you go to a coffee shop and pick up a cup of coffee. You put on your little dress there, and you get your hubby all dolled up in a little jacket, and let him go casual, so he can breathe. You notice how tough it's difficult to breathe sometimes, And of course, when you're out and about seeing friends, you got to get out there and have a good time, and always be smiling. Always be smiling, people. Always be smiling. Dress for success and look the part, and away you go. Anyway, SoFi. I think you guys are going to be happy with how IPOE shares react once they become SoFi shares, if you're not happy already. And I think you're going to find that, oh my God, he might have been on something. We are on our way, and the early indications are already that as of a few weeks ago, as of a month ago, SoFi's financial position and earnings power was already justifying the $27 market price for IPOE SoFi merger. They're already talking about a $27 book value for the deal. I think it's going higher than that. I think it's already higher than that now. I think those numbers are old numbers. The latest numbers just came out a few days ago, the latest earnings reports, and they blew away the street, blew away the analysts. The analysts were like 15% below what they thought they were going to do. SoFi is going to just be a market darling. It is going to be a very heavily talked about stock for years. As long as this company is around, it's going to be heavily talked about. And there will not be enough free trading stock for the street to get its hands on to play it. And day traders are going to want to play this stock like they played GameStop, like they're playing AMC, like they're playing Apple, like they're playing Microsoft, like they're playing Tesla. On it goes. Every single stock that day traders love to play because of movement and volume, and it's going to happen here. And you guys are going to be looking to me going, what do I do now? I bought contracts like you told me to. You suggested I looked at December or January 2022 contracts, and I picked off some 1750s, and I bought some 20s, and I bought some 2250s, and I bought some 25s, and we're in the money. We're all in the money. Now what? Well, stick around. Let's enjoy the ride and enjoy the escalation of wealth, because it's coming your way. And I'm hoping for some of you that you were able to afford, one contract, 4, 10, 30, 60, 100, whatever you got. I don't know if any of you watching me who have more than 100 contracts in play, but any of you out there who've got 10 contracts or more, and you end up 15 or 20 or 30 bucks in the money, I hope it makes a difference, and I hope it helps you to put together a plan, and helps you organize and reorganize your current situation, your liquid situation, and or add to your existing portfolio. So let's have some fun. Every single SPAC I talk about, this is supposed to happen. in one form or another, this is what's supposed to happen. These are supposed to begin to move, and they will just keep on going, and the street will be aware of just, oh wow, I didn't know these guys were making this kind of money. I thought SPACs were garbage. I was listening to congressmen, and I'm listening to the radio, and I'm listening to financial experts who are saying SPACs are an idiot's way to lose money. I didn't know that there would be 7 SPACs out of 500 that maybe might make me money. Didn't realize that. I didn't realize that a high quality private company taking over a shell public corporation, grabbing, getting all this cash coming into it, plus additional, pipe cash. I had no idea that a company that well funded and now being talked about by every analyst in Wall Street and around the world as one hell of a buying opportunity. I didn't know what make the stock go up. SPACs are supposed to be crap. If it's not Scottish, it's crap. Well, kids, I hate to break it to you, but things kind of can go the other direction. And sometimes stocks can go up, really up, and it doesn't have to be a heavily promoted, heavily short squeezed, gamma squeeze, synthetic created stock, theoretical whatever, and you don't need the help of the SEC to change rules for you. You don't need hedge funds to be brought to the carpet. You can make money on stock where companies are just worth more money than the street realizes. And if you're early, you win. And welcome to the world of Wall Street, the Wall Street banker. Welcome to the world of the Wall Street banker, where you're working for one of the big brokerage firms in Wall Street, and you're getting paid $250,000 a year to show up, and then you're expected to make $2 million a year in bonuses, or you're fired. And you take in meetings every week, another one of your underlings are bringing you a file showing you, here's a company that's based in wherever, Illinois, and they make this product, and they design that. Or here's a company from the San Francisco area that are into software, or they're into whatever where, and we could, we're thinking this might be a candidate to take public. Oh, okay. What do they make? How long they've been around? Who's running the company? Who are their customers? Where are they based? Where do they sell? What are their prospects? And then let's meet these people. And so they get flown in. The private company people fly in, or they zoom in with a Zoom call, and they look at their books and they look at their prospects and they listen to the management. The management's talking about how we started this company 15 years ago, and we merged with these guys 5 years ago, and we made this deal 3 years ago, and we're now like the world's 3rd largest whatever of whatever. And we now need, in the next 5 years, we're going to need $2 to $5 billion to take us to a $50 billion value or larger. And that's where Wall Street comes in and goes, okay, yeah, you need some bucks, and we can get you money. But we got to be able to show our investors, we got to show our pension fund guys, because after this meeting, I got to go and talk to these money guys, and they get hit up by everybody. Every investment banker is calling these guys, and I've got a relationship with a bunch of these guys, but they don't want me to bring them crap. Bring me quality stuff that I can chew into. And oh, by the way, I'm managing an $18 billion pension fund. Don't bring me a $10,000 deal. I haven't got time to talk to you about a $10,000 deal. I got $18 billion to manage here. What's going on? What do you got? And these guys come around and go, yeah, well, we're doing an IPO. We're going to do an initial public offering for company blah blah blah, and we're going to raise them money at $40 a share. We're going to raise them a couple $billion, and we're going to take the stock. I'm going to do a roadshow with these guys, and we can get you in here now on a private placement for $20 million for 10 hedge funds or pension funds or mutual funds, or combination of, and we'll bring $200 million to the table now, fund this private company, and a year from now, we'll do an IPO at 40 something bucks a share, and we'll hype the bejesus out of it with all these other outlets that will be following this. We'll make this company a household name, and the stock will open up at 70, 80, 100 bucks a share, we hope, and it'll just go crazy. And these institutions are going, great. Here's 50 million or 20 million now, and we'll buy 50 million of the IPO, or we'll commit to 100 million in total. We'll give you 40 now, 60 later. And we know we're tied up for a year, but we don't care. We're holding this thing for 5 years anyway, or 10, because this is ground floor for us. For us, it's ground floor. For the private company, it's 15 years they've been doing this already. This is year 16. The mutual fund is going, yeah, but we're with you now for the next 10 years. In other words, we're with you through the next management change of your private company, because you guys are aging out and you'll be replaced with new management who will be running a much larger company than you ever created. And it's okay. It's how it works. And we're here to ride this wave down the road because we see your vision. We like your vision, and we are part of it. And so you, as retail investors, you get brought into the deal at 80, 90 bucks a share, 120 bucks a share. How much would you like? Coinbase, $240 a share, first day trading. How much you want? That's what you're supposed to get. That's what you're supposed to be following, because that's the way Wall Street likes it, that you come in at the very end after they've done all the work to raise all the money cheap. I'm saying to you, no, we're not going to do that. You're the investment banker. You're the institution on the ground floor. I'm bringing you a deal that is right now ground floor, 10 bucks a share. And you're getting in here, and you're getting your options here. You're not buying your stock options at 40, 50, $100 a share. You're getting your call contracts at 10, 12, 15, 17, 20, 22, 50. This is where you're getting your position. And all you have to give is not a lot of money, because none of you are being asked to come up with $1 billion, $1 million, $5 million, $500,000. Are any of you being told to put up $100,000 to get into these deals? No, you can get into these deals for $400, $500. You could buy $100, a $100 contract you could buy. I mean, give me a break. You can get in for nothing, and it's all free trading, and you can get out anytime you want. And if this old guy is wrong, you can just sell and move on to another deal. But you could take $1,000 and buy, say, 4 or 5 contracts in some of these things and sit there and go, okay, let's see what happens. All you have to do is, other than come up with some nickels and dimes of money, not even serious money, you got a little bit of time on your hands. Can you kind of hang around a while? I know you've been... like some of you out there have been like middle class investors, like middle class lifestyle people for like, I don't know, your entire life you've been a middle class individual. Can you hang around for another month or so in the lifestyle that you're accustomed to? Can you keep that car running for another month or two? Can you kind of maybe get some WD-40 and fix the squeak in the door, and rather than replace the door for now? Can you just kind of, can you just like just be you for a little longer to let these deals mature into what they're going to become? Can you do that? Because see, in Wall Street, they go to institutions and say, we need 50 million now and another 50 million from you later, like in a year from now. And then like in a year, like in about 4 or 5 years, you'll be very happy with your returns. They go, oh yeah, 5 years. Sure, I can give you 5 years. I'm asking you for like, you got 5 weeks. You got like a month or two. Can you kind of stick around just a little? Like a quarter of a year. Can you handle that? 90 days. Can you handle 90 days and take it? Can you take it for 90 days to just sit there and do this? I got my stock. I'm getting into these options, and I got a little extra money. I'll buy another option. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Can you do that? If you can do that, you are on your way to maybe making some money. You know how hard that is? And how hard is it? Let me ask you this. How hard is it to be me? To every day remind you, this is what you got to do. This is investing 101. You better have the time to invest. If you're a flipper, you're in the wrong place. You coming to me going, Bruce, I'm a long-term investor. Oh, it's 9:30 in the morning. Have you got something that'll double by 10? I'm in a hurry. You're not an investor. You're a flipper, and flippers win 1, lose 9. They lose 9 deals. They lose money 9 times out of the 10, and they win once. And they hope they win enough to make up for all the mistakes and get a score, because they're looking for the score. So many day traders are geniuses. They're geniuses. They pick off winners. They don't have money to buy them. They don't have the time to hold them. They certainly haven't got the patience. And they've got obligations everywhere else that they have to satisfy in a certain amount of time, and they can't wait for the payoff. And that's the problem with day traders and with flippers. Whereas with investors, They put money in they can afford to lose. They can put money into a deal they can afford to sit on. They don't need for next week's mortgage payment or the minimum credit card payment that's required or that car loan that they're 3 months behind on. They can sit back and go, yeah, I'm putting this money into this deal. I'm buying IPOE and I got the stock and I got some contracts and I bought them till next January. And yeah, it's going up, but it hasn't even started yet. And I'm into Gore's Holdings. I'm into VGAC. I'm into FAII. I'm into his SPACs. But I'm into his SPACs the way I'm supposed to be into his SPACs. I'm in, and I'm going to just leave it. And he'll tell me. Bruce will tell me when it's time to watch what's going on. Yeah, he'll mention it. In the meantime, I'm there, and I don't have to question him every 15 minutes about what's happening now, what's going now, when will this happen, when will this happen. But it's all right. It's human nature. This is how this market works. This is how investing works. Investing is emotion, and it is complicated. And these markets are so dang complicated. The more you study this market, and the more you listen to me, and the more you start digging into what I'm talking about, and you look up corporate financing, you look up IPO structures, you look up. I mean, if you want to, if you really want to get into the details of this, you'll begin to realize, oh my God, I can't learn it all. I can't learn it all. There's too much. But a lot of you are realizing, I had no idea that if oil went up $5 a barrel in one day, that could affect my interest rate on my mortgage. I didn't know that could affect that. How is that possible? And why is it that I need to care if the British pound is dropping 3% against the European currencies? Why should I give a crap about that? I live in Peoria. I'm in St. Louis. I'm moving to Seattle. I have a condo in Phoenix. Why do I need to care about what is happening elsewhere with my little world here? Why can't my little world just be my little world of happiness and everything will be all right? Why can't I just buy a stock and have it go up 10 times in value and I get rich? Why can't it be that simple? Why is it that there is so much complexity here? There's so much going on here. And we have to watch everything. Why is that? And what is it with my kids? Why do I have kids and they don't grow up to be as successful as I am? Or why aren't they as hardworking as I am? Or why isn't my brother or my sister as grounded as I am? Or why are people the way they are? Well, it's complicated. And welcome to a complex world. And thank you for joining this complex this complex situation. DEKKX, number one, welcome to the channel. And thanks for joining us as a new member. Glad to have you here. Another new member has joined in while Bruce is on his morning rant. Love it. Welcome one, welcome all. And I hope you're having fun here. I'm trying to have fun every day, of course, as you know. And I appreciate you guys, coming around and seeing Uncle Bruce and listening to what he wants to talk about this time. We're up 71 points on the pre-market for the Dow. We're opening up, in a bit here, 24 some odd minutes, 26 minutes, up 73 points. We're up S&P up 11 and NASDAQ up 63. And we're watching all kinds of stuff. Housing prices rose 13.3% on an annual basis in March. Case-Shiller 20-day price index shows that is telling you what we've been talking about with regards to the stay-at-home working environment that has happened in the last year in a big way and will now be a part of our lives going forward. That is serious price movement. We know why house prices are higher. It's always about demand. It's all about the demand. But think about the price of lumber and the price of goods, what have you, gone up. And there is a lack of inventory available, or let me say it this way. There's a lack of specific inventory available for people to get to become self-employed at home, or to really have the home office they want to have, or the kind of home office they now know they need. I think that's maybe the other way to say this. People were thinking a few years ago that, let's take the den, I'll just work in the den. I just need a couple plugs for my computer and my printer maybe, and I'll have my cell phone charger with me to keep my cell phone charger. I can work a couple hours in the den. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can do that. You can go on holidays and take your laptop with you and your iPad and your phone. And you can work remotely a little bit from an Airbnb or bed and breakfast, as long as you have an internet connection. But if you want to be full time all the time, effective and what have you, need more than just that. You're going to need a room with shelving, filing cabinets. You're going to need a real serious desk where you have room for papers. You need a room with circulation. You need a room with lighting. You need a room with fresh air, a possibility. And you can't be in an 8 by 8 foot little den. I mean, come on, you gotta have breathing room. You might need a coffee machine in there. You might need a bathroom just nearby. Some of you have figured out, now I'm going to buy a house that has an attached garage or a detached garage, and I'm going to put an office I'm going to put a second floor on the garage. And instead of making that a mummy-in-law suite, I'm going to make that my office. And I'm, quote, out of the house when I'm working, because the kids go to school, come home from school and all that. They're in the house having a great time. I'm in the office. And that's the way it is. And maybe you're a drafts person, you're an engineer, and you need room to whatever, for all your paper. What have you? I don't know what it is you guys do. You tell me what you do. You need a place with 15 monitors. I have no idea. It used to be the den was good enough, not anymore. And there's certain homes that are really surging in price that are capable of being transformed into a home real office scenario. Real office. And some of you possibly will be working from home, and then 3 times a week you will have a coworker come over. You will have a contracted person, an assistant coming in, and they're working in your house with you. They're in the, you've got that office set up, and you've set up a third of the office for a second person to help assist you in all the stuff you're on top of, because you're in effect managing 15 people around the world to do whatever it is you're doing. And you've got a human being coming in here part-time or full-time, and they need, you need a coffee machine, you need a bathroom, you need a place to put the coats, you need supplies. You're running a little office all of a sudden on your house, and yet you're working from home remotely. Go figure. And it's true. You might be from time to time taking a trip. You're taking a trip to a client in another state. You're flying for the day or flying for a night or two to Chicago or to New York or wherever, and your office at home is staffed by your assistant who's there. That office always has somebody there 5 days a week. It's like a miniature corporate scenario, but it's from your house, because you don't need to commute every day an hour each direction anymore. The assistant, it lives nearby and just, it's 5 minutes away and pops in. And so you don't have this, subway ride, train ride every day, blah, blah, blah. But time to time you're out of the house, you're out of town, and you come back and you're back to your home that evening, and the next morning you're in your office. And you just walk across the driveway into your office. Wonderful. Or the garage is a detached garage, or the, you've added a wing to the house. However you've done it. Fantastic. Some of you are working out of your basements. You've completely converted your basement into a real, instead of a rumpus room, rec room, now it's the office. This is my dream office. This is the way I've set it up, the way I want it. Beautiful. There's a reason why housing prices are up 13%, folks. There's a demand for certain kind of housing. And to get it, you got to pay a premium for it. And certain kind of housing is not in demand. The old shack, it's dilapidated and has asbestos problems and plumbing problems. That's not in demand for people who are working from home. People working from home need a place that's in primo shape, perfect condition, that they can just get right into, maybe with a little bit of work needed to be done would be ideal. But on the other hand, there are others of you who've decided, well, I'm going to convert my house into a home office scenario, and I'll keep working in the den while the contractors are building that office out on top of the garage out there, or they're down in the basement finishing my basement, but I'm still working up here to get my work done. The world is evolving. It's complicated. It's not simple anymore. And I welcome you to a complicated world. I hope you're having a good day today. I hope you're going to have a good day, good week. There's rumors that Amazon's going to buy MGM movie studios, and that will give them access to titles and content for their Amazon Prime network, and that's what it's all about. Unfortunately for AMC, that's not good news. If Amazon is going to buy MGM, that's not good news for AMC because it cuts out the movie theater. Again, it takes another slice of potential business away from the movie theater because if Amazon and Netflix and other outfits like Disney are going to obviously create content, and then distribute the content themselves through the computer, through cable, through what have you, and very little of it will end up in a movie screen somewhere. That's the last place they're thinking about going to. This is bad news for Regal theaters, AMC, and anywhere else. It just doesn't look good. All of a sudden, the movie theater chain is not top priority anymore for Hollywood to monetize their content. And this last year, they figured out, oh my God, sometimes our customers, our viewers, our fans can't come to the movie theater to watch our content. How do we get our content to our viewers? They want it. They're desperate for it. Everybody wants to see the new James Bond movie. Who doesn't want to watch Spider-Man? Who doesn't want to watch whatever? We got to get this stuff to these people. How do we do it if they can't go into a movie theater? Well, there's a way to do this. We can do this digitally. Because, it used to be that people had 13-inch TVs at home, and then they got the big 27-inch television set with the tube, And then I remember, oh my God, I had a buddy of mine from Texas who had a 33-inch television in his living room. It was about 3 feet deep. It was massive, but it was this big screen. I couldn't believe how big the screen was. He was watching the Dallas Cowboys on his television set. And he was telling me, this is God's team, And I said, well, how do you know the Cowboys are God's team? He said, because there's a hole in the roof so God can watch on Sunday. So I thought, oh, that's pretty interesting. He had a big old TV set. Now, a 33-inch television? Laughable. That is funny. Who has a 33-inch television? I mean, come on. When you're getting a new TV now, are you getting a 42-inch? Are you getting a 52-inch, 65-inch, 72-inch, 80-inch? Yeah, we're putting movie theaters in our houses. We have one of them in our living room. We have another one in our bedroom. We have a third one in our basement. And the kids have got 52-inch screens in their bedrooms, and those are the little ones. Like, holy moly macaroni, has this world ever changed? Yeah, we've brought the movie theater to our house. It's a whole different world. Excuse me one sec. Bless me. Thank you very much. I have a little chill because I took off my sweatshirt. I told you it was complicated. Anyway, welcome all to this world. AMC. There's good news for AMC and there's not good news for AMC. And right now, here's the number two. Right now, the good news, May long weekend is coming up. Memorial Day. Blockbuster movies, we hope, everywhere. And America's getting out there. That would be great. The bad news is, though, that Amazons of the world, with an $8 or $9 billion acquisition of a movie theater, of a movie studio, they're changing the world. And this is a possible disaster. And you can imagine the deal that Amazon will negotiate with AMC going forward about, you want to have us bring you guys the film to show movies? Well, this is what we want. This is the price we want. Because we're charging so much money online to have people watch our stuff. We want this much money for human beings to go in person. That means the prices are going up. You folks out there are going to pay more. Why do you think Amazon is paying $9 billion to buy MGM? Because they're stupid. They're smarter than smart. They're figuring it out. If we buy the studio that makes the content that people like to watch, and we control the distribution of the content, we control the price that the content goes out for rather than it controls us. The movie studios didn't control the distribution network of their content. They just created the stuff and then made deals with movie theaters like they've done since the 30s, the 20s. This is 100-year-old negotiation tactics that are gone now. Amazon is going, we don't need no stinking movie theater chain. What do we need those guys for? We have our own distribution system, and we'll just put our product on our premium services. And if that isn't good enough, we'll make a new premium service above the regular premium service so that you can pay $25 a month for this service, and $9.99 a month for that service. We can do that. And people at home are going, oh, okay, because we're gullible enough to do it. We'll pay it. Are we stupid or are we smart? Because at home, you got to understand, mom and dad are thinking, well, Friday night we got, we got our two kids and they're having a sleepover with some pals and they're bringing like 5 kids over here, like 8 kids are coming over. We're gonna have like 10 of them. We're gonna have 10 of them for Friday night, all day Saturday. And the parents all around us here are thanking us, thinking, oh, thank you. Thanks for taking our kids. We're taking off to Vegas. We're getting out of here. So the kids are over at a sleepover for a couple of days. And we got to keep these guys entertained. We can bring in Fuzzy the Clown and juggle and make balloons. Or we could turn the 80-inch television on downstairs in the basement, the rumpus room down there. And we can set up that for those tyrants. And we can have them watch Disney, MGM, Warner Brothers, all this content on our paid for subscription channels. We know the content they're watching because we control it. So they're not going to get random, R-rated stuff. We set the TV up for what they're going to see. The parents trust us for that. And we're paying for it on a monthly basis. But you know what? We got 12 pair of eyeballs down here watching this stuff. On a per kid basis, it's $1 a kid. It's 50 cents a kid per show. This is affordable. This works for us. And we take care of their kids this weekend. A month from now, another one of these parents is going to take all these kids for the weekend for a sleepover over their house. And my wife and I, we're going to Vegas. Yeah, you betcha. Yeah, that AMC movie theater, you're going to take 12 kids to an AMC movie theater to watch a show? Are you out of your mind? Have you got a car that big? You got an SUV that big? No, you're not going to. You're going to buy what? A movie ticket for every one of them, and then one of them is allergic to popcorn, and this one can't have peanuts, and this one. Are you out of your freaking mind? No. What? How are you going to keep them in their seats? And it's a 2-hour deal. That's it. They're over at your house for 2 nights. No, you're not going anywhere. You're not taking them out of the house. They're not leaving the yard. They're and what if it's raining out? They're inside the house. You were going to play in the backyard, and it's raining and it's miserable. They got to do something in their house. Well, you better have this content to keep them engaged. Absolutely. And that's what Amazon is talking about here. It's as simple as the nose on your face. Anyway, it's complicated. Welcome, everybody, to the complicated world. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for joining the complicated world in which we live, as if I need to tell you a lot of this stuff. But what can I say? Yeah, it is wild. Fat kids in the basement. That's right. Here we go. Here, Doug, I built a home theater, 130-inch screen, cheaper than a few years going into cinemas. That's right. Man, oh, man, oh, man. Yeah, here we go. Haha versus talking per eyeball price of kids, cutting them in half. We're to the point where it's going to be on. You know what? I think we're already there. I don't know if we're getting there. I think we're already here. Take a look at the Emmy Awards. Take a look at the Oscar Awards. What was it, 5 years ago? We were shocked. We were shocked when we heard that the Best Picture might be from Netflix. We were shocked that Emmy Awards were going to be handed out to cable providers. What? Could not imagine. Oh, we were used to HBO getting awards. You remember HBO? Oh, and if you're young, you have no idea of the transformation of life that took place back in the 80s, when I, as a hip guy in his 20s, been brought up with 3 big networks and a couple of networks in Canada, and I got myself a brand new 30 or 27-inch console television with my hot girlfriend Jennifer. The HBO came out. HBO was available, and you paid extra for that. And we went, what? Television's free, man. You don't pay for TV. You just get cable. That was a big transformation, by the way, from antenna to cable. That was huge, because we now had like 15 stations. Wow, 15. So how can you watch all that? How can you watch all that? And then out comes HBO, and you pay extra for that through the cable company. Really? Wow. And why would I do that? Well, they had live boxing, and they had this, and they had that, and it would come out with all kinds of stuff. It was kind of neat. No commercials. and they could use swear words. Oh my God, this is great. I thought, wow, this is incredible. So we would get HBO. And then out would come this network, and all these all these new TV stations would show up. And then they had bundles. We could buy bundles of these. Oh my God. Oh. When we reached 60 stations, we thought that's it right there. That's the max. That is totally to the max. Why would you ever want to leave the house? I mean, this is incredible. That was the 80s. Look at today. Look at today. Unbelievable. And it's continuing. It doesn't end. The transformation continues on because there's new ways to distribute your product to you. And then look at this guy. There's this guy sitting in his living room in Creston, British Columbia, talking to you on his computer around the world. I'm talking to people globally. Mind-numbing. 1,500 of you are here right now watching this guy talk about the world that you're a part of. And here we are, 2021. And in 5 years, it's different. In 10 years, it's different. It's complicated. It's unbelievably complicated. I say thank you, all of you, for watching Uncle Bruce from around the world. I ask you to grab your coffee cup, your libation container. I say cheers to all of you from Uncle Bruce. And I hope you all have a wonderful day today and make a lot of money in the market. I hope the stocks go straight up for you. Ah, lovely. The caffeine-free Diet Cola is working for me. Thank you, everybody. Yes, so good. Thanks to all of you out there who have become members of this channel. Those of you who send super chats, those of you who do PayPal donations, those of you who buy this licensed merchandise from my Redbubble store, thank you. Thank you, those of you who would like to have one-on-one consultation with yours truly. This weekend, I am doing consultations on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And we're sold out Saturday, and I think I'm sold out Sunday, and I think Monday I might have one slot left. And next weekend, we're now starting to sell out Saturday, and now we're selling out Sunday. We're moving into Sunday. And the next weekend, we're booking. Unbelievable. I appreciate those of you who have asked me for a one-on-one. We talk about everything. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. I've got an hour, and some of you want to talk to me about investments, and that's it. I just want to talk about these stocks. I want to talk about these SPACs you're talking about. I want to know about options. I want to know about when do I sell? I want to know how should I be organizing my affairs with regards to what kind of accounts should I have? I want to talk to you about, I have an employer who offers me stock all the time, and I've got this stock sitting here. What should can I write options on this stuff? How do I make money on the money I've got? Have I got my assets working for me in the right manner and format? Can you help me with that? Can you advise me on just, kind of give me some ideas of what could I be doing rather than what I am doing? Can you help me with my, can you help look at my situation, my whole life situation from above, and figure out with me what my options are? I'll figure out which one I want, but can you tell me what I could have, what I could be, what could I be doing? How could I be doing this or that? I think I want to do this. What do you think? You're an outsider. You're not at the table at Thanksgiving. You're not Uncle Fester. You're Uncle Bruce, and none of my relatives know you, and will never know you. I will never introduce you to my relatives because they might influence you. So I just want you to tell me what you think, because I don't want to hear from my mother-in-law about this. I don't want to hear about this from my brother or my sister or my kids. I want an outside opinion, because you have no vested interest in the outcome other than you hope for the best. This is what I do for an hour. I'm your guy. For better or for worse, I do what I can. And I thank you. If you'd like a 1 hour session with me, send me a private email, brucefarmer@hotmail.com. You should see that address down below in the description or in my about page. You'll always find that. And just send me a private email. Say, hey, Bruce, I'd like to have a one-on-one with you. I know you're charging $400 an hour US for the hour. I can tell you that I'm pretty sure that within the first 5 to 10 minutes of getting into our little session, you will be sitting there going, I already got $400 worth of this from this guy. I'm already up now. Every idea he throws me now, it's gravy. I'm just, and you're writing this down. Away we go. I thank you. I thank you, all of you who've asked me to help, and I enjoy it. I find it really interesting, and it's intense, and it's unique. It's fun, and it's a pleasure to visit with you one-on-one. It really is. It is absolutely a pleasure. I thank you all. Welcome to the show. We are 4 minutes from the opening. That's what's going on right now. Apparently 181 in the pre-market on that would have to be GameStop, or could that be IPOE? $181 a share. That'd be kind of 181 on GameStop right now, up $1.10 right now. Okay, thank you very much. Waiting for GameStop to talk to us about new CEO and first quarter financials and you name it. We're waiting. Gores Holdings at 13.75, up 8 cents again. Notice how that jumps around. IPOE right now in the pre-market, 2042, up 64 cents. The pre-market volume, 193,000 shares so far. That's what's going on there. Getting ready to start trading over at AMC, 1368, unchanged on 1.5 million shares. A whole bunch of stock trading and no change in price. Yeah, that's the way it is right now. Anyway, thank you all of you for popping in and catching up with yours truly. They're showing ads on CNBC, which is what they always do at this time of day. And again, I thank you all for popping through and catching up with yours truly today. Let's try to make some money. How about that? That'd be a good idea. I kind of like that a lot. Let's go from there. The oil price up 6 cents a barrel, kind of flat right now at 66.11. We've got Dow up 65, S&P up 11 points, 11.7. We have NASDAQ up 66 at this moment in time. Excuse me. And we're happy to see another run up here. I don't know how strong this run up is right now, but we are definitely watching for another fun day, right? Yes. Anyway, there you have it. Jane Doe at Keith, you're still in Norway, right? We are looking to get out of the U.S. Texas just passed a bill that you can carry a gun out in the open without obtaining a license. That's America. I will be booking you, Bruce. Just haven't decided when yet. Says anti-PC. You just let us know. Let me know whenever. Leon McMain, Bruce, are you religious at all? No, not really. No. Wally's World, love you guys. I wish IPOE was that too. By the way, one other thing I'm working on is I'm working on master classes. I have to thank you guys. You guys come up with some really neat terminology from time to time that you'll say. Like I talk about the idea that I'm thinking of maybe doing a class, like a live class on, like, say, options, how to buy and sell them, how to write them, and all this sort of stuff. And I was thinking I'll do a series of classes, maybe one every week or two. I'll do a live session with a small number of you in a private setting, and then I will have that live setting edited with my editor, and then we'll post that up as a standalone lesson that you can then watch anytime you want. Through my website. And some of you are saying master classes with Uncle Bruce. And I thought, that's kind of, I like the sound of that. Stock Markets with Bruce, the one-on-one session, is it over the phone or Zoom? How much liquidity would you recommend someone have to make most of the session? The session, what I usually do is I do it right like this, right through a StreamYard, which is through my YouTube channel on a private one-on-one setting. So the show is a private show. And I'm over here on this half of the screen, right, like that, like that. And then you're over here on this half of the screen. And so all you need is your laptop, or if you got an iPad or you got your phone, put your phone onto put your camera. And I send you a link from StreamYard that automatically gets you in here, and you're just sitting in front of your computer, and it's like we're just talking back and forth. And what we sometimes do is we look at each other here like this, rather than we look at each other over here. So we sit far enough back from each other so it doesn't matter. So if I'm watching myself, like I'm looking at myself, I'm not even looking at the camera. There's the camera, but I'm actually looking at myself like that. It doesn't look like we're oh yeah, well, how are you doing today? It's nice to see you. Oh yeah, great, I'm fine. We don't do that. It's very comfortable, and within a few moments of time, we forget that we're actually we're just talking now. We're just, it's incredible how it transforms very quickly. You can screen share something with me if you have an idea. You want to show me something. You can hit the share button and show me what you got. Sometimes you'll hold up a piece of paper and say, "Here's what I got." That kind of thing. We figure it out. It's very casual. It's not formal. It's not intimidating. It's fun, and that's the main thing. It's really a lot of fun. There's a lot of laughing going on, and we just get to know each other, and most of you know a lot about me because you watch me all the time. The rest of it just kind of flows. Anyway, there you go. We're open, so let's see what's happening. What's going on? Are you getting richer? What is happening right now? IPOE is at $20.35 from what I can tell you. It looks like it's up 57 cents to start the day. And we've had 438,000 shares trade already. Over on GameStop, 183 up 299 a share. And we're looking at 94,000 shares to start the day at that one. We're at AMC now, 1369 up 1 penny. We've got Gores Holdings at 1370 up 3 cents. VGAC at 997 unchanged. We have Fifth Wall Acquisition up a penny at 1073. We got Vector Acquisition up a couple of pennies to 996. Got Navsite Holdings unchanged, Starboard unchanged, and Fortress Value up a penny to 998. Vanek Vectors up $2.25 again to 245 bucks. We've got the Home Depot up 99 cents. IBM down 4 cents. The Dow up 81 points right now on the early morning. Microsoft up $1.42, and we got Apple up a buck. We got Tesla up 350. We got Bed Bath & Beyond up 34 cents to 24.09. We got BlackBerry up 6 cents to 8.68. Cruise shares are higher. Royal Caribbean up 255 to 88.42. I don't know why you'd buy it at these prices. I don't know why, but the sentiment is there. Carnival is up 75 cents. Norwegian's up 74 cents. Again, way overpriced for the stock, but people are just so excited they can't stand it. Amazon up 30 bucks. Facebook up 3. Google up 21. All good. Cisco up 14 cents. Nvidia up 677 now to 631. Walt Disney up $1.85 to $176. What do we got? American Airlines up 55 cents to $23.54. Again, people are just excited about going traveling. They just figure, well, I'm going to buy an airline stock because we're going to go traveling. It's great. Yeah, except for one little problem. One little tiny thing. American Airlines has diluted their stock to the nth degree. They've raised billions of dollars they're on the hook for, and they're not going to make any money. They're going to move money. They'll bring in money. They'll spend money. Bring it in, spend it. Bring it in, spend it. But how much is left over for the shareholders at the end of the day? Not a lot. And this stock is not worth the price that you're paying for it. But, the sentiment is there, and the emotion is positive. And so you can't stop people from investing in emotionally, because that's what it is. It's emotional investing. And that's what's happened with the cruise line shares. They're buying the cruise line shares because, the cruise lines are starting up again. It's going to be great. Oh, we're going on a cruise. It's going to be great. I'm going to buy cruise shares. It's great. And when the cruise shares go up, people go, you see, don't listen to Uncle Bruce. Buy that cruise stock because it's going up. We're going cruising and it's going higher, and I'm going to get in on it. And I'm going to make money too. Problem is, when you figure out how many billions of dollars the cruise lines have raised, what is it, $70 billion they've raised now, at interest rates from 7 to 14% instead of 2 to 4% they used to have to pay. When you go to the accountant and talk to the accountant, who you don't want to spend a lot of time with, because accountants are usually kind of boring people, although I did meet and knew a pretty funny accountant. Bob, how you doing? I hope you're out there. Accountants are usually pretty dry, and they get down to the brass tacks of the situation, and they fill you in on, they're cruising. They're going to be cruising. There's a demand for cruising, but those cruise lines have billions of dollars in free credits out there for their millions of people that they haven't put on a ship in a year and a bit. They have to give them free cruises. Like, there's no money from these people coming in. There are people buying a $500 cruise, but they have $500 in credits on top of that. So all the other stuff they're buying is with cruise credits that they've been sitting on for a year and a half. There's no fresh cash coming in here. They gotta eat through that. And if you're only allowed half capacity on your cruise ship, or 60% capacity levels on your cruise ship, you know how long it's going to take to use up those credits those people have? It's going to take years. It could take 4 years to eat it all up. So the cash flow coming in will be greatly reduced for the next 3 to 4 years, at least. These stocks, they're not worth it. They're not worth what they're trading for. And cash flow wise, even at full capacity, like at 60% max, and they're full, and their people are drinking and gambling and doing it, they still won't make any money. They'll break even at best, and the shares are way, way overpriced. But emotion, It's complicated. It's emotion. That's what's happening. Anyway, 2018 on IPOE up 40 cents now. GameStop 184.61 up 4.95 a share. We've traded 628,000 on the IPOE now up 40 cents. GameStop at 184.96 up 4.95 a share. This is about the high, just short of the high. 229,000 so far today. Very good start. AMC at 14.19 up 51 cents. Hey, emotion. It's the emotion of Memorial Day, the emotion of going back to the movies, the emotion of I can take my wife out for a movie because we don't want to watch a movie tonight in the 80-inch TV that we've been watching for the last year and a half. We really would like to get out. Oh, okay. It's okay. The problem is, and the reality is, you'll go to a movie. Yeah. When are you going to go to the next one after this one? A week from now, a month from now, 2 months from now, 3 months from now? Are you going to the movies every week? All of you? No, you're not. You're not going to be doing it. Memorial weekend. People go to the movies. Yeah. It's America. Exactly. It's Canada. It's our style. Yeah. But what about next weekend? What about the weekend after that? What about the weekend after that? These bills don't stop coming in for AMC. They don't stop. The rent has to be paid every month, whether you got people in the house or not, whether it's a Memorial Day or not. You cannot live off of long weekends. You cannot do that. But hey, it's 14.10, and this is great. If you own the stock, you're richer. I'm happy for you. I am. I want you making money. But you want to count on this to be your salvation, you are pushing it. You could shift out of there into Gore's Holdings or into VGAC or to any of these other SPACs and have some money left over. You could, shift 100 shares over there, get 100 shares of this, and then buy a couple of call contracts to leverage up further up. You could play that game. But hey, you got to decide what to do. It's your money. It's your risk, your risk tolerance. More power to all of you. I just want you all to get richer. The Dow is up 69 points. S&P up 11. NASDAQ up 66 points. That's where we are right now. Thank you, everybody, for being here so much to see me and be with me today. I appreciate it. Thank you also, those of you who are becoming members, like Nicholas Brown, an awesome new member of this channel. Or is he just resubscribing? I don't know. Welcome. I don't care. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for joining me. I love it. Thank you also to those of you making super chats. Moon Man Mamo. Robinhood just started an IPO program, and you must bid on them between 16 and 19 a share for the first one. Is FIGS. This is. I don't know about this. I really don't know about that. Jerome McIntosh, a new member. Thank you, Jerome, for joining us as well. Glad to have you here. And welcome to the gang and the group. A great bunch of people here. Yeah, I just don't. When you see stuff like this about being able to bid on an IPO stuff, what is this? This is crap. I'm telling you guys, you can buy some SPACs right now with a done deal, done financing. It's not even like, is this IPO going to sell or not? I've got SPACs that I'm telling you that are sitting on between $300 million and $2 billion in cash the minute the merger is completed, and they're about to happen. And you can get in at between $9.90 a share and $20 for IPOE. Done deal. Here, you don't even know if you can get any. And if you can get any, how many can you get? 3 shares, 1 share, half a share? Here's another question for you. Are you going to be allowed to buy 1,000 shares of this deal? And then watch it go up triple? Forget about it. You're not getting it. You can be lucky you get 1. So you get 1 share at $18 a share or something like that. I don't know what you get. It goes to 40. Yay! You made $20. Live long and prosper. There you have it. I don't know. I just don't know. Anyway, there you have it, folks. Funny things are going on. It's complicated, isn't it? It's complicated. 184.66 on GameStop. We are looking great. Volume on GameStop now is 293,000. It would appear. It's having a good opening today. Maybe we can break 190, 200 today. Wouldn't that be nice? That would be great. IPOE 2020 up 42 cents. AMC now 14.31 up 63 cents. Gore's up 22 cents to 13.89. So we got some movement here on some of the stocks we follow. And we'll take that. Dow just jumped again, up 108 now. S&P up 13, NASDAQ up 67. There's an expression that says that it was out there, that when your cab driver starts to talk to you about the stock market in New York, get out. When your stockbroker sounds like he knows what he's talking about, get out. And when Robinhood is offering deals like this, I kind of wonder, really, what's this all about? I don't know. We'll see what's going on. Ethan, thank you, Ethan. We'll see you soon. Thank you for that. Bruce, got a quick question. I have 120 call contract strike, 20 for January 2022 and January 2023. Would you advise potentially selling between 30 and 50% of the holdings before the transaction? My concern is dilution of the stock. No, I would not sell a single contract whatsoever. I would not even worry about dilution. It's already been factored in. The stocks are already running up despite what's coming. The deal, the entire deal, the whole deal is being viewed by those in the know as a huge positive. And the dilution is already been taken into consideration, and it's a no-brainer. It's a nothing. Now, maybe the stock cannot get to $400 a share because of the dilution. It can only get to 300. Oh, boo-hoo-hoo. No, this deal is so liked already that even before the shareholder vote is official, your shares are double the price at 2044 on IPOE. It's what I think we're talking about here. It's already double the price of the deal. No, the street already in the know loves this deal, likes it a lot, and they're picking this stuff up. They're grabbing this stuff. And you are about to make a nice score. And no, you don't give up a single contract, not one, not even, no consideration whatsoever. Next week, you are trading SoFi. And SoFi is going to drown the airwaves with SoFi news and updates, lots and lots of corporate updates. And every analyst everywhere is going to put in their 2 bits worth. 10% will hate the deal. 10% will call it $1,000 a share. And 80% of the analysts will go, yeah, it's going to go anywhere from like 35 to $100 a share in the next year. That's where 80% of them will be. That's my opinion, my guess, my hunch. And you're going to be looking at this going, oh my God, it's trading 15 million shares a day, 20 million shares a day. Oh my God, it's just, the turnover is going to be massive, because a lot of people are going to go, I didn't know SoFi was going public. I'm clueless. I don't have an Uncle Bruce to watch every day. Who's this guy? Who's this Uncle Bruce guy? I went to Reddit to find out about SoFi, and then there's this guy, Uncle Bruce, talking about SoFi all the time. Well, who's he? I'd never heard of this guy before. Well, best kept secret in the market, I suppose. Guys, get ready for the show. 2074. We're only we haven't even started yet. Oh, you're thinking about talking about selling contracts. We haven't even started yet. You don't have enough contracts. How about that? You don't have enough. That boy, Louis, IPOE to the moon. We are orangutans over at the Uncle Bruce channel. Orangutan. Thank you. I think, is that a good thing? I'm hoping that's a good thing. Thank you for liking me, ? I hope you're liking what I'm doing. I hope you don't mind it. I hope you can tolerate it. Jerome, you're the man. You're the newest, greatest member of this channel. I want to welcome you. I want to welcome all the new members. I also want to welcome a whole bunch of women that are watching this show. A whole bunch of you ladies out there are watching me. I know you're following me, and you are. I know you're in a world dominated by males. You're surrounded by a lot of testosterone out here in the investment world, and I hope you're comfortable with me and my channel and my people. There are some phenomenal ladies here who are constantly saying hi to everybody, and I welcome all of you who are members of this channel. You're very welcome here. We hope, I'm always hoping and watching that the commentary you're watching here is respectful and is is inclusive, and I hope that all of you are enjoying it, and I hope some of you ladies out there are making a lot of money, because I know some of you, I talk to you, and I'm excited for you, and I'm excited for those of you out there who are from around the world watching what I do. You're watching these markets sometimes have good days, sometimes have bad days, and I so appreciate you being part of the show. 190 right now on GameStop, like butter. Just went through 190 like a hot knife through soft butter. It's gone. We're at 190.55, 191.42. Your GameStop is on the move. Your IPOE is on the move. You're up 82 cents again now at 2060. AMC at 14.55. I'm happy for those of you who have it. Corporately, you know my opinion on it, but it is at 14.50. Undeniable. It's at 14.50. Great. Gore's Holdings, 13.84, up 17 cents this morning. Again, they have not even announced their shareholder meeting. The stock is up because tomorrow Matterport, the company that's going to take over Gore's, release their financial results tomorrow. I think they're higher. I think they're positive. I think they're blowing the doors off of their financials compared to quarters before. I think we have a situation with Gore's like with IPOE. SoFi is exploding with money and expansion. And I think Matterport is doing exactly the same thing. And you have got to be making your move on GHVI now. Get your stock, get your option contracts, and lock them up. Pick them up for next January, February, whatever they are, and buy these things. Get the 15s, get the 1750s, and position yourself. VGAC, Virgin Group Acquisition Corp, is being locked in. The stock is being held at $9.97, $9.98. You probably noticed this for the last week now. This stock has not moved. It is not moving. This is the last week chart. Look at that. That's $9.97, $9.98. It is not moving, okay, on purpose. The meeting to do this deal, look at the chart up until a week ago. Look at the chart. See that flat line? It's not dead. The patient isn't dead. The patient is being stabilized at $9.97, $9.98 on purpose to get the meeting done for June the 10th. The June 10th meeting is now 16 days away. And that's the day 23andMe takes these guys over. And within the week after that, they're trading on the New York Stock Exchange as 23andMe. VGAC, this is still your chance to take a position in that stock, and you are running out of time. And I do not know when VGAC starts doing what Gore's is doing, starts doing what IPOE has been doing. That could happen today. That could happen tomorrow. That could happen next week. I don't know, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So VGAC, FWAA, Fifth Wall Acquisition up a penny to 1073, Vector Acquisition at 992, Navsite 990, and Starboard 990. All of those, you should be positioning into those. The same thing, they're all about to announce their shareholder meeting to do their mergers. And Fortress Value, they've already announced June 15th is their meeting. They're at $9.99, up 2 cents today. This stock has been pretty well held quite solidly lately, but I will say that in the last week, notice how every day a couple of pennies, a penny here and a penny there every day. This is a week chart. Every day, just a little. Get ready for this one to be unleashed. These are all held up right now. They're being really well maintained, orderly markets within a penny or two per day. But this isn't going to last much longer. Get ready. IPOE at 2064. They let her go, and it's going up 86 cents. GameStop 188.82 is as high as 190 something. Nice 191.87, highest level in 2 months? We haven't been up here for a long time for GameStop. We're coming on. Something's happening. Something's brewing. You know what it is. 3 announcements, or at least 3 different things are going to happen. I'm pretty excited about this. AMC 14.35, Gore's now 13.85, 13.83. That's what we're at right now, guys. Chicago Fed, Evans says recent elevated inflation readings won't persist. These are the bankers. These are the Fed people. These are the guys handling interest rates. This tells me, and it should tell you, that if they think that inflation is not a big deal and it's just a little blip, this is good news for you guys. This is very good news for the economy, very good news for interest rates, very good news for stock markets. Really good news for stock market. In any event, the markets will fluctuate. They will gyrate. At the moment, the Dow is taking a dump while I'm talking to you here about how great everything is. The Dow is only up a point. It was up over 100. Something going on here with the Dow. Just a few moments ago, with only 6 minutes ago, the headline was the Dow is up 100 points because inflation fears are easing. Now it's down 14 points. So something's going on with the Dow. Somebody said something. Someone said something. I don't know who it was, what it was, but somebody said something somewhere and has caused the Dow to have a little what can I say? It is what it is. Welcome to the world at large. It's complicated. It just is. It's just complicated. Will it last long, this blip? Maybe not. We're down 7 now. What is happening? I do not know. Interesting stuff. Anyway, folks, there you have it. We have fun here. We're having all kinds of fun. Daddy ain't going to take the T-Bird away from us because we don't have a T-Bird, so he can't take the T-Bird away. And let's see what this market brings us. I can't find anything in Wall Street Journal. There's no headline here that I can find. What was said and where and why, I haven't got it. We're down 5 on the Dow, up 3 on the S&P, up 42 on NASDAQ. We're at 2058 on IPOE, up 80 cents. We're up to 186.54 on GameStop, up 666. We're up to 1439 on AMC, up 71 cents. And we're at 1380 on Gores Holdings, up 13 cents right now on this on these markets. That's what's going on. And never a dull moment. So much fun. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. And thank you for your comments also on my email account. Love that too for everybody. Thank you for being here today. Hope you're having a good morning. Hope you're making some money today. Hope you're noticing your stocks going higher in value. Thank you for those of you who are subscribing to my channel. I appreciate this. Those of you who are becoming subscribers of Stock Markets with Bruce and you're hitting the bell notification icon, you'll get alerts every time I do a video, every time I go live. I uploaded a video last night, very late. I think it was 11:30 last night. And for some of you, I know you love these videos. These are kind of like recap videos of the day. So for those of you who are new to me and you kind of want to find out what is this guy all about, you may want to watch one of my shorter videos just to kind of get a handle on how I handle questions and stuff, and how we hang out. What you don't see is there's some of the shenanigans we're coming up with here. We have a lot of fun here on this channel. This is not a you want to come in here and be bored to death with technical details and fancy graphs. I can't help you with that. I just kind of speak from the heart, give you my emotional response as to what I think is going on, and I just share with you where I think it's at. And sometimes I will say something that might not make you happy, because sometimes the news you hear doesn't make you happy. Welcome to the world. I'm just trying to tell you what's going on in the world and how it can affect us. And I try to do it in a plain English kind of way. And if it turns you off, there's other channels that will probably make you happy. But those of you who want to get the straight goods and you want to figure out what I think is going on, since I've been in this game since '78, I'll tell you, and I'll do the best I can to tell you. And I may not always be right, but I'll be as honest as I can with you to let you in on what I see, what I think is happening, and what I think you should be aware of. And again, thank you, those of you who are throwing thumbs ups at this channel. Those are invaluable to us. We appreciate them. I know that they are completely free for you to hand out, but it's your decision whether you want to give this show a thumbs up or not. If you do give this channel a thumbs up, it shows YouTube in headquarters. Their artificial intelligence computers pick up the momentum of thumbs ups on a show as the engagement is happening between creator and viewer. And YouTube just goes, hey, this is the kind of stuff we want YouTubers to be exposed to, because a lot of YouTubers are craving interaction. They're craving more than just a recorded little video of some guy juggling eggs or something like that. They want to see emotion. They want to be part of the show. They want to be part of the picture. And if you can please throw some thumbs ups my way, you're able to give me a thumbs up. Please do it right now, early in this show, to show YouTube, make YouTube show this channel to more people, because frankly, it's in your best interest that this show gets more popular. If you like IPOE, you like GameStop, You like Gore's Holdings. You like all these SPACs I'm following, and you want the world to understand that these stocks could go a lot higher in price. You kind of want the world to know about it. And one way to help yourself to get more investors interested in these stocks is to get this show in front of more eyeballs. It's just that simple. So if we go from 1,500 viewers to 15,000 viewers to 150,000 viewers at the same time, that's a lot of people following stocks that you are into, that have some upside here. The more we'll find out about it, the more we'll get involved, and it's just that simple. There's no secret to this. This is not a mystery. We have 769 thumbs ups right now. I thank you. We can get to 1,000 as quickly as possible. That would be terrific, and I appreciate it. YouTube appreciates you reacting to YouTube's product. They really appreciate that. And like I said, the sooner we can get to 1,000 and beyond the thumbs ups, the faster and the more people will be brought to this channel by YouTube from around the world. And that means more possible investors picking up your stock as they learn about SoFi for the first time. They go, SoFi, I didn't know SoFi was going into IPO. Yeah, I didn't know that. How much are those shares? Can I get them? Where do they trade? They start asking me questions about options. They start asking me questions about the stock. It's your stock. You're already in. Hello. Here we go. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Bill Coyne, thanks, buddy, for this. Bruce, they're pumping hundreds of billions of dollars daily into the repo market. It's increasing daily. Yes, the banks out there, the central banks are making sure that the economies of the globe are definitely going to be given all the momentum they need and deserve to start up again. And this is a multi-trillion-dollar world in which we live, economic world in which we live. And you want to restart a 10, 20, 40 trillion dollar economy from laying on its back for a year and a bit to get in going, it's going to take money. And don't worry about the governments getting money. There'll be plenty of tax money for governments to get. The movement of capital between people, companies, entities, and rolling it over. Governments get their little slices all the time. They grab that dough in there and then they shove it back out into the economy again, and it just keeps firing up. And the key here is to accelerate money flows. That's what's happening right now. We are accelerating money flows between continents and billions of consumers out there. That's what is happening right now. We are ramping it up, and it can't be done overnight. It takes months and months and months to get economies rolling up on every sector there is. And this is why government banks, central bankers are feeding the capital markets with a ton of cash to get out there and hire people, get out there and open up your shops, get out there and start up those damn factories. Let's go innovate and make wealth, because without it, we don't go anywhere. We stay behind. And so we're trying to do a lot of catching up right now, because the economies have been stagnant for over a year, and we need these economies to be fired up again. And this is an investment that governments should be making. The United States government right now, the Canadian government right now, the Germans, the French, the Brits, everybody. You hear, of course, most of you are Americans. You're following me from south of the 49th parallel. Foreigners look at the United States and go, this is the most powerful country in the world with the deepest bank account there is. The American dollar is the thing. It is the thing. And America, you can print all the bucks you want. The world will take them. And we cannot understand it, how an infrastructure program of a measly $2 trillion, and I'm talking chump change, $2 trillion infrastructure program over 10 years. This is $200 billion a year over 10 years. That's all that is. This is nickels and dimes. This is like a 3 cent a gallon, a 5 cent a gallon tax could fund true $2 trillion of made in America jobs over the next decade. We can't understand it. You guys can't do it. We just can't believe it. We just can't believe it. Here in Canada, we are spending billions of dollars in infrastructure, and it's done quietly. It's like just, we always do that. Because in Canada, we don't do this one-off thing. We don't do this, we're going to do a 10-year highway bill for the next 10 years. We don't do that here. We're always fixing potholes. We're always fixing our bridge. It's just part of our budget. There's no committee meetings to talk about it. There's no, oh, well, this guy won't vote on it because he doesn't want that provision. There is none of that. It's just part of the budget. And we in Canada expect highways to function all the time. And if they don't, we unelect people. That's just how we do it up here. In Germany, unthinkable the highway systems that we have in this country. They could not imagine the roadways that we tolerate in North America over there. Unthinkable. That is un-German. You're a traitor to your country if you do not fix potholes in your roadways in your own country. That you're a traitor. You're an absolute. You're obviously a spy from another country. You're trying to screw up your country. It's a whole different attitude outside of the U.S. with respect to infrastructure. It's so different. I'm just amazed at it, and the world marveled in the 50s and the 60s at how America became the leader in everything. I mean, you won the war, Second World War. You're on the winning side, and then in the 50s to 60s, America just exploded with wealth and creativity and jobs and leadership. And the rest of the world just thought, well, that's just going to keep on going. They're just going to keep on doing that. And 2021, we look now and we're going, what is with this dysfunctional federal thing? What's with these states at each other's throats all the time? What is all this stuff? It's just mind-boggling to us. I know in the UK, you guys are going, we can't believe how dysfunctional we are. We can't believe it. Saw this morning, the UK and Europe, the trading relationship, the amount of trading being done between the UK and Europe has reached levels haven't seen in decades. It's so bad. It is just so devastatingly bad. There's a reason Europe is in a recession, because the UK isn't buying European goods and the Europeans aren't buying UK goods. Why? Because of Brexit. It screwed it all up. It destroyed trading arrangements that have been made for 30 years. The Brexiters were all riled up about immigration and telling us what to do and da-da-da-da-da. But they forgot and never wanted to admit the big picture, that Brits can go to the EU without paperwork, and EU people can come to Britain without paperwork, and businesses can do business without a whole bunch of paperwork and get business done. But now you've brought the bureaucrats into everything, which is everything that is against most people. They don't want the bureaucrats in the middle of everything. And yet this is what happens with Brexit. Brexit has now made the bureaucrat the number one problem for everything between the UK and Europe. And the economies are paying dearly for it in the middle of a pandemic. Like, to add misery to the misery, it's incredible. This is not politics. This is business I'm talking about. If you think I'm talking politics, you're getting me wrong. I'm talking business, and I'm trying to get you to understand that business is affected by politics, very much so. And you may not think of it that way. You may feel that you've got a passion issue that you want to defend, but the reality is business people go, ooh, I can't be doing that right now over there, because if those folks are thinking that direction, I can't be part of that. My company cannot have that kind of thing hanging over it. We can't be doing that. I mean, how many of you have heard time and time again, millions of times over, you've heard this, where a certain host on a television show says something, and the people boycott the product that is advertised on that person's show? How many times have we seen? We've seen this since the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. We see it now. Businesses think the same way. If we're going to advertise our product on a network in certain shows, we got to be careful that the message being delivered by that show is not going to cause an issue for us. This comes back to 1966, 1967, 68, the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour. I'm talking television from way back. Tom Smothers and Dick Smothers, the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour, Sunday nights, the number one show on television. Number one show on network television, CBS, I believe it was. And they were making digs at the Vietnam War. They wanted the troops to come home. They couldn't figure out why was America sending hundreds of thousands of young men to Asia to try to win a war when they weren't trying to win the war. They could have used a whole lot more arsenal, a whole lot more power to win the war, but no, they wanted to win it with rifles and bayonets. And Americans came home in body bags, and many Americans came home with PTSD and all this stuff. PTSD, you know the story. The monument is in Washington. These guys were against the Vietnam War. They were not for it. They were not for the administration. They weren't bragging about how great Richard Nixon was. CBS was basically told by the White House, get those guys off the air or risk your television license. It's as simple as that. It was off the record. The message was painfully clear. Advertisers were already backing off, going, ooh, I can't advertise on the Smothers Brothers, because if I advertise my company on the Smothers Brothers show, our subsidiary company that is in the defense business, we lose all kinds of contracts from the Pentagon. We lose all kinds of business from right-leaning people over here. We can't, this is bad for business. That's how it works. That's all it is. Business is very sensitive to you and your emotions and to politics. And I don't like talking about politics. I don't want to. I talk business. I'm trying to make money, but you guys have to understand how to make money and how to avoid mistakes, not losing money. And this is the big game we're part of, kids. They don't teach us this. Did you notice? You don't get taught this in high school. You know why you don't get taught this in high school? Because it's politically impossible to be allowed to be taught in high school. It's not because the teachers don't want to teach it. It's because the people in the districts of these schools have their message that they want to maintain to those kids. They want to educate your children and my children, everyone else's children, on how we think the world should be run. And we don't want to hear the opposite view because we've got the votes. We control the school board, and this is how this school board's going to act. This is how this state is going to act, how this province is going to act, how this country's going to act. And so we grow up and we turn into our 20s and our 30s, and we're trying to invest and trying to make a go of it. And you're hearing stuff from an old guy like me that you're going, I never knew this. Why don't I? Where are you getting this from, Bruce? You making this stuff up, you conspiracy theorist, you shill. And I'm just going, this should have been taught to all of us when we were 14, 15, 16. We should have learned all about life. The problem is we all have to learn it ourselves, just like sex education. How did you learn all about sex education? Did you learn it in school? Really? Were you taught in school all about the birds and the bees? Really? Or did you figure it out when you turned 15, 16, 17, 18, and you found out at the high school buddy's house, mom and dad left town and they had a party Friday night. You found out stuff about the birds and the bees on a Friday night at so-and-so's house that you never watched, you never heard about in school before. Or did it take until college days? when you went to college, you learned stuff you never heard about before? How come your mom and dad didn't talk to you about this? Or did you learn about the birds and the bees after your second child? Is that when you figured it out? Whatever, I'm just saying, business is business and it's complicated, like life. And, welcome to life. Welcome to the Bruce Life Show. Again, I'm not here to make you mad. I'm just here to kind of tell you, here's what's going on. This is what I see it. I'm 65. Most of my life is over. I hope I live another 30, 40 years. I just hope I'm just praying I'm not in a wheelchair somewhere drooling in a towel. I'm hoping I'm just relevant. Anyway, we're trying to have fun here. Are we having fun? I don't know. I haven't read the comments. I'm afraid to look at them. IPOE 2050 up 72 cents. We're having fun there, aren't we? GameStop 185.78. It's been as high as 191. It looks like 191.87 today. Nice little run so far. We're happy with that. Let's hope for another one. AMC at 14.22 up 54 cents. Gores at 13.90 up 23 cents. Going for $14 now on Gores Holdings. Yeehaw! VGAC 998, Fifth Wall at 1073, Vector at 994, Navsite Holdings at 990, Bargoon, Starboard 991, Bargain, Fortress Value 998. That's what we got. The Dow is up right now 41 points. We've got the S&P up 5. We've got the NASDAQ up 28.9. Oil down 22 cents a barrel right now. That's what we got going on. And there you have it. I learned about the birds and the bees from my wife's boyfriend. Now there you go. That's not an uncommon story. Uncle Bruce, birds, bees, and bagels. The big three B's are going on here. Derek, when a dad keeps calling for Yoko and the mom says they're going to fight, and then boom, baby, there you go. I have a prediction. Jen is going to get up real soon and stop this guy in his tracks. You know what? The comments today are tame, Bruce. They're really tame today. Oh, man. What can I say? Yeah, Kayla, I thought I knew that Yoko voice. Anyway, today is the day my portfolio hits the blue overall. Beautiful. Let's see. Uncle Bruce, talk about how they taught sex ed back in the day. Oh my gosh. I'll tell you. I was. I'm not religious, and I don't want to really go there, but I will tell you that my mother and father. Oh man. When you are what you are because of the world you grew up in. I think that's the way it is. And all of you out there have had parents, were brought up by mom and dad, or mom only, dad only, grandma, however you grew up. And whatever world you were surrounded in was the world you knew. And I look back at my parents and I cut them all kinds of slack because my dad was born in 1929, and my mother was born in 1933. And the first 10 years of their life, from 29 to 39 or 33 to 43, what was the first 10 years of their childhood like? In Europe, were they were surrounded by fun, happy times? I don't think so. My father, the war ended in World War II in 1945. He was 15 years old, 15 and a half. What kind of a 15-year-old life did he have? What did he see? What did he go through? And my mother, who was in 1945, 12 years old, what did she know? And what did she experience in her 12 years? Nothing like you and I. I bet you and I, our first 12 years, our first 15 years, nothing like any of our parents who were from Europe. Those of us who have European parents who immigrated to North America in the 50s, wow, what a life they had what a childhood they had, if they had one at all. And so coming to religion, you want to talk to my dad, if you wanted to talk to my dad, if you would like to have talked to my dad in the 70s and the 80s about religion, he'd be looking at you going, get out of my face, buddy. Just get out of my face. I don't know what God you're talking about. I don't know what merciful soul you're talking about, because what I experienced in my lifetime, I haven't seen that one. I haven't noticed that. But he kept that to himself because he didn't want to talk about it. He didn't want to bring it up. And he was the kind of guy that would say, you're into whatever you're into, God bless you. Great, fantastic, go for it. But leave me out of it. I got my world. I've dealt with my world. And I saw what I saw. And I don't want to talk about it. And there are World War II veterans that many of you may have never known, or maybe you were old enough at one point to talk to a relative who survived the war. The stories they had, what they brought back, the guys from the Pacific, what they brought back, the guys from Europe, what they brought back, they didn't talk about it. They didn't want to talk about it. And they had to function when they came back. They had to grow up now, and they had to have families now, and they had to become dads and uncles and grandpas. Wow. You want to talk to them about religion? Yeah, some of them will be happy to, and others just don't even talk to me about this stuff. Because what they went through, they don't want to go there. It is what it is. Sex ed. You know where I learned sex ed? The church. Believe it or not, the church is where we got it from. I even to this day, I can't believe it. This is 1967, 68. I'm 12, 13, 14 years old. And in school, we had those dry classes, man. We had those, we had these really dry, don't ask questions classes, where the teachers had to do, like we would have like once a week for 3 weeks or 4 weeks, we had a sex ed class. Not a regular thing, just like for a month of the year, they had to teach us or had to put us in a classroom setting for 30, 40 minutes. And it was very uncomfortable. And it was very, ew. There were kids who were trying to bag off. They would be ill that day because their parents wouldn't let them go to school. They were, Johnny's not feeling well. He's got a fever. Yeah, because mommy don't want Johnny to hear this, or Betty, or whatever, because they thought the next day kids are going to be out till midnight and they're going to be doing it. So I got sex education from church because I had to go to confirmation. I had to go to from a Lutheran family, and again, non-practicing Lutherans, but the kids, we had to go to church. Mom and dad wouldn't go, but we had to go because if my parents sent us to the church would leave mom and dad alone. And so the church was hoping, well, we'll forget that generation. We'll go after the kids and we'll try to convert them into religious zealots. And I'm looking at my dad going, you're not going and you're making me go. Like, thanks a lot, old man. Like, really appreciate it. But he'd say, you have to go. You have to go. And you might as well hear their side. And then you ever want to talk to me about it, you can talk to me about my side. I thought, that makes sense. I got to cut you a break there. And he, as a kid, had to go. And so I went. And I did this confirmation. 2 goddamn years of this crap. Once a week, had to go to church on a Thursday night from age 13 to 14. And then I got confirmed. And we learned about sex education from a male instructor at confirmation. And the class, it was boys and girls. I can't remember if I think the boys were separate from the girls. And we could ask him anything we wanted. And it was really casual. And I had to say, wow. Now, luckily for me, because of my mom and dad, I knew all this stuff because they were open with us. They would tell us. I'd ask my dad a question about sex education. He would tell me whatever you want to know. Just ask me anything. I had an open book. So that was pretty cool. But at the church, I had buddies of mine who were clueless, completely clueless. And well, welcome to the world. And has it changed? Has it really changed? Anyway, that's how it happened for us. In school, it was a nightmare. It was just so. But I'm sitting in this class. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm going, I know all this stuff. Why are you saying it like that? Why are you so clinical? I mean, can't you just talk to us like real human beings? No, they're not allowed to. Against the school board rules, they had to do it in a very clinical way, and it didn't work. It didn't work because it didn't. We couldn't relate to it. We as 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds, we what you're saying about that and what's really happening in the world is not the same. I don't experience what I see on television is different than what you're talking about. What we see in the movies is different than what you're talking about. We don't get it. Anyway, that was the way it was. What can I say? It's complicated. Hi there, Jen.
Hi.
We're having fun today. Really, really having fun today.
You didn't believe that first toke of marijuana was going to hook you on cocaine?
Troublemaker. Big troublemaker. My mom was so afraid of her. Oh, my mommy was so afraid. What's she doing to my boy?
I don't know how we've managed to stay together all these years. We're just so not the same.
We're just not the same. And the world she grew up in and the world I grew up in, totally different. I was the eldest and she was the youngest in her family. We're totally different, opposite ends of the whole thing. What she saw growing up from her brothers, 3 older brothers and her sister, and then what I saw growing up as the eldest, totally different. And yet, here we are. Here we are, 2021. Comparing notes. Even to this day, we still compare notes about our childhoods. Unbelievable.
See, now, my hot for teacher story.
Oh, hot for teacher story. Get ready.
When I was in grade 12, my biology teacher, it was his first year of teaching. So he was probably 23 and we were 18, which at that time meant we could drink. That 18 was now
18 was legal at that time. Yeah, when you turned 18, drinking was legal. Yeah.
Really peed off my older brother because he was just a few months short of 21 when they changed it. And he's like, I had to wait all this time.
Now I could have been drinking 2 years ago. Yeah, legally.
But at my school, it was a large school. For that time, it was a large school, and we had 10 minutes in between classes to be able to get from one classroom to the other. And in the mornings, on some mornings, I would have a class in the far wing by the parking lot, and then my next class was the one right next to the door. So we would just hike outside, have a cigarette, go back in. Well, it was the last day class, and our teacher came out with us, and he had a little wacky tobacco with him.
Jazz? He had jazz cigarettes.
He had jazz cigarettes.
Paul McCartney calls them jazz cigarettes.
So we had a little jazz cigarette, and then we
with
went
the teacher.
With the teacher, and then we went back in and watched a film for the last day of school. Yeah. Because of course he had, some kid who was more than happy to put because the film was on the reel and had to go through, and he didn't have to worry about that. He had this,
I got the technical
audio video kid.
I got the audio video kid to do it for me. I don't have to do it. I can just sit back and relax with the kids.
Just go spark up in the parking lot.
The hot teacher.
The hot teacher.
This is Jen. This is sweet little Jen. Your little Auntie Jen. Yeah. These are two 65-year-olds, all well behaved. We're just angels,
So angels.
Oh
Angels.
yeah, because you're the guys out there doing all the wild and crazy stuff. We're 65-year-old
Except,
ancients.
As I discovered when I was possibly doing a little wacky tobacco with my father, that my generation didn't invent anything either. He had seen it all.
He'd seen it all too, and he was from the 20s and 30s. He had seen it all, and
he went to the war.
And he went to the war. Yeah, and he didn't tell many stories.
No, he didn't.
He didn't share many. Once in a while, he would share a little nugget, but boy, he kept it to himself.
Mostly he would just have nightmares before Remembrance Day.
Yeah,
all that stuff.
Before Remembrance Day, that week coming up to Remembrance Day, all that would come out, because all the guys would be, get their jackets out with their medals on, and they'd go to the ceremony, and it will all come to the surface for a while, and then, hopefully it will all go away, but yeah.
And his war buddies would come over to visit or something, but it was always happy stories.
Well, we're survivors. We're alive,
and the brother stories.
The brother stories. That's right. And
Yeah.
of course, they're talking about their kids and their grandkids
Not
now.
Joe
and,
getting his head blown off.
yeah, they didn't want to talk about what happened in the ditch,
Yeah.
in the bunker. They didn't want to talk about that. Nope, they kept that to themselves. It's a miracle. To me, it's a miracle that millions of males and females returned from the war in 45 back to North America, and then same thing in Germany, in France, Italy, UK, every country that, everyone went home and had to live with it, had to live with that whole experience for the rest of their lives. And there was no such thing as treatment like there is today. It just didn't exist. No one knew of it. No one knew there was there could have been a thing like treatment.
Well, there was still, they called it shell shock.
They had the psych wards.
We didn't have PTSD.
They had the guys who were like comatose. They
Yeah.
had those guys they treated, but the way they treated them with electrical shock therapy and stuff.
Milk a cow, you'll be fine.
Yeah, come back to the farm and just be a farmer again, and you'll be fine. Yep, it'll all be good. And those nightmares in the evening, they'll go away. They'll go away. Don't worry about it. You'll grow up. And they were reassured of that by everybody, including their buddies. Even their buddies would say, "Oh, this will all go away for us. Eventually, it'll go away." 30 years later,
a few buddies that he really talked to about real stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, your dad.
Everything's green today.
Her dad was one hell of a guy. Green. Yeah. IPOE at 2056 up 78 cents. GameStop 188.76 up 8.75. AMC up 14.73 up $1.05. Gorse 14.03 up 36 cents. The Dow up 25 points. S&P up 3. Nasdaq up 37. So it's green all over today, looking good, and we're excited, and here we are, and folks are commenting like crazy right now. Well, I can't keep them up. I cannot keep up with these comments. Unbelievable. I remember watching the movie with that Tom Hanks was in, Saving Private Ryan, and the opening 10 minutes of that movie, the beach landing scene and all that, and I watched that with my father-in-law, her dad, and I asked him. I said, "What do you think of this?" And I said, "Let's just watch the first 15 minutes. Is this in any way,
accurate?
Does any of this mean anything to you? Is this anything? Is this Hollywood? Is this all pretend, or is there some semblance of anything? 190 on GameStop. It just took a shot. It's up 1166. GameStop just took a shot. Like we had yesterday, we had a shot at this time, or roughly this time. We got another one going right now.
Yeah, then we had a shot $5 down. Right?
Well, I was right. It wasn't over. Anyway, we watched that together, and he said, that's 1%. That's what you're watching. Saving Private Ryan, first 15 minutes, 1% of the reality. And I'm going, holy crap. I'm like, oh, Jesus. And he wasn't the guy to exaggerate. He said, Bruce, you have no idea. No idea. And he said they can't show you. They can't, because everyone in the aisle would be throwing up. The movie theater, they'd be chucking up their popcorn. We can't show you. No, you'll never know. Thank God. I hope, thank God, there'll never be a beach landing like that ever again, because it's impossible to do. It was impossible then. It was ridiculous. It was just a slaughter field. It was just slaughter.
Throwing people at him.
Yeah, throwing people at the
but
bullets.
My grandmother sent 4 boys to the war, and 4 boys came home.
She was one of the lucky
ones. The farm
ones.
next door sent 4 boys to the war, and
nobody came back.
Yeah, how guilty did she feel?
And then after that, the boys that came back were supporting the farms where they didn't come back.
Yeah.
And the guys who were
farmers always do that.
And the boys who were maimed got help from all the other boys who weren't, because that was the norm back then. Today, you tell me, in America, in Canada, you get guys coming back from Afghanistan, whatever. Are they being assisted by the local community, or are they being shunned? Think about that. What the VA, we hear great things about the VA, and then we hear terrible things about the VA. Again, I'm talking America and Canada, but America in particular, because American boys have been sent overseas now for the last 25 years into ridiculous situations. And
now, here's a story from the absolute periphery of that.
Okay.
But you and I are down in Arizona, and we're going to go see my Pittsburgh Steelers play the Arizona whoever.
That home team that had 40,000 Pittsburgh fans and 30,000 locals.
Arizona knows how to do it. Oh my God!
They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing. So they've got that huge,
gorgeous
grass lot that's just for tailgating.
Yes.
And I came prepared in my black and gold regalia.
Steeler regalia.
I think you might have been wearing a little black and gold, and we were walking through all of this area trying to find our friend who lives there that we're going to meet up with. And I have a bottle of beer in my hand. And we're walking through for, 5 minutes maybe, when we're walking past and this guy comes out and goes, oh, no, you can't do that. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, I can't wear my black and gold. And he goes, here, give me that. And he pours it into a cup. He said, you can't have glass here because there's kids. And oh yeah. And he says, well, where are you guys from? Because he hears kind of our accent, or the one we.
You're not from around here, are you?
We don't think we have. Yeah, you're not from around here. And they invite us in. This guy has the 3 generators. He's been there since 6 a.m, and it's the 2 long tents, and they've got every kind of food you could think of, and they got the games on the TV, because on the West Coast you always have the afternoon game. Right. So they're sitting there watching, and the kids are playing and having. And they were the Wounded Warriors.
They were the Wounded Warriors.
They're the Wounded Warriors.
And they had
and they did it every game.
They had a 42-inch screen television with the game on. They had a satellite dish, a portable satellite dish behind the tent, aimed up at the satellite to get the game. They had the generators powering up. They're in the middle of a field. They're in the middle of a grass field with this whole thing. And they had a refrigerator going. And then he had his gas barbecue going. And they had the food and the snacks, and you're not from around here, are you?
They brought us in, and they fed us, and we watched games, and
we told stories, and
they felt a little bad about the teddy bear with the Steeler that was hung up on the tent.
A little Steeler teddy bear on the end of a noose underneath the tent over there. They felt a little guilty about that, but. It's just a football game,
But it was very nice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very
very nice.
We love Americans. We love Americans. Gosh, we love traveling down south. Gosh, we love it. We miss it. We miss it. We can't wait to get back down there. Living in Palm Desert, California for those years. Oh, what an education that was.
Love Vegas.
We love Las Vegas so
Loved
much.
Washington, the Smithsonian's. You guys don't understand.
You guys haven't been to Washington D.C. and seen your own museums at the Smithsonian.
What the Smithsonian
You have no idea what you're missing. It's America.
Yeah.
You are seeing America. It's free. You can go for nothing.
Museum Island in Berlin is kind of, the same.
Go to Berlin, and there are 4 or 5 museums on what they call Museum Island, which is surrounded by the Spree River.
I saw Nefertiti.
Gorgeous. I'm telling you, we saw Nefertiti there. There are museums there that are just mind-blowing.
But the Smithsonian?
Smithsonian.
It's crazy.
I mean, museum after museum after museum after museum. Wow. You got to take at least 10 days. You need a week to 10 days to see Washington.
We were there during Easter break, and so it was spring, and everything was in bloom. Oh, it was beautiful.
It was really nice. GameStop's going up again, 191.50. It's moving higher. Volume right now on AMC, 2 million. Sorry, GameStop, 2 million shares on GameStop. Something's going on. Something is going on. I can't find it. I don't see it yet.
It's the green shirt.
It's the green shirt.
It's the bagel.
Bruce and his green shirt is moving the GameStop stock right now.
So enough chatting. What's the bagel going to be?
What's the bagel going to be today?
What's it going to be?
What's the bagel going to be today? Oh, it's got to be.
And I know that the rest of the world might not care, but this afternoon we're going to find out if we're opening the province a little bit.
Here.
Yes.
Maybe we could travel.
Maybe we could go to a restaurant.
Oh, we could.
Inside. Sit inside.
We can drive for an hour and go to Cranbrook. Go to a Walmart.
Stop.
We can go to Walmart. Stop it. 194 on GameStop. Stop it.
You're just teasing.
You have $14 on GameStop, and you might go to a Walmart. But I can't go this weekend because I'm booked up with all these appointments. But it's all right. Just knowing we can go to a.
Yeah. It's so sad, the things that excite us.
194 on GameStop. We just touched it, and we're looking good. Why? I don't know. Do you care? No, it's going higher. Beautiful.
Of course.
Fantastic, everybody. Of course we care. I'm thinking scrambled egg and cheese and a little bit of ketchup to dip it in.
Okay.
I'm thinking that's the way to go today.
Okay.
That is beautiful. Thank you so much. Woohoo! Yeah, she's got to plug in her water. We're talking war stories. We're talking school stories. We're talking religion, and our stocks are going up. And I just hope I'm not losing viewers. Please don't unsubscribe because we're talking about this stuff. 2072 on IPOE, up 94 cents. How about them apples? GameStop 192.94, 192.63 right now. 192.88 right now. Water Run we're on here. AMC up to 14.72, up $1.04. Gore's Holdings 13.88, up 21 cents. VGAC up a penny. Fifth Wall at 10.64, down 8 cents. Vector down a penny, 9.92. Nav, Site, and Starboard are both at 9.90. Fortress at 9.98. Nothing going on yet. And the big board, the Dow up 16 points. We're not getting this push from the big markets. What's happening on GameStop and IPOE and AMC and Gores are their own stories. And hey, welcome to a good day. Thank you. Glad you're here. And what can I say? Bruce has forgot more than I'll ever know. We're long on the Bruce Water Run. Thank you. My option I made today is double in value. Let's keep going. Keep talking, Bruce. Don't stop. Let's see. You know what? If talking religion makes the price go up, we're in deep stuff here. Let's see here. I forgot how good it feels to have green in my portfolio. Get that bagel in your mouth, B. Make it 2 for good measure. Oh, man. Thank you, everybody. We're getting some thumbs ups today. We have 981 thumbs ups. I appreciate that. If you could please give a thumbs ups to this show. I hope you like it. I hope you don't mind us going off tangent a little bit. 192 to 193 on GameStop. Hit that thumbs up button. Let's get to 1,000 and more. 984 on the thumbs ups right now. 996 on the thumbs ups right now. And come on, give it to me. Hit it. Here it comes. Booyah. Come on. 1,000 thumbs ups. Hit that thumbs up button. There it is. 4 more at least just came in. We are at 1,000 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. Helping out this channel become noticed through YouTubers. I love you for that, everybody. Thanks for joining this channel, supporting us, and becoming part of the family. Love that you're here. I appreciate it. This is good stuff. Shaky. Wow, 970 thumbs up so this early. Wow, it's already 10:30. Time flies when you're having fun. Let's make money, everybody. Yeah, if it hits $200 a share, you're not going anywhere today. Love the Bruce. Jen has some sass this AM. This household has some game. What do we got? Uncle Bruce's reactions to Jen are always the best. What's wrong with talking about a religion? Hey, Bruce, what do you think about VGAC? It's not doing that great. Talked about it all morning. It's all good. Buy it, buy it, buy it. Shares are being borrowed to short. If we're not buying, we're falling. 192.44. We have topped out today on GameStop at 194.46. We're at 193.64 now. We're $1. We're 80 cents away from the high again. We're going higher. We have got GameStop volume now of 2.36 million. We got some serious volume coming in here finally. Not mega serious, but it's reasonably serious compared to lately. It's a lot better. IPOE at 2084. High of the day, 2086. Woohoo! How do you like that month? That's a month. Like that little run right there. Here's a good week for IPOE. I like that chart. I like charts like that. Yeah, we're rolling. Volume 2.6 million today on IPOE, having the meeting Thursday to become SoFi. Going higher. AMC at 1484. Volume so far 51.5 million. Very good volume today. Gores Holdings 1392. It did touch 1407 just 5 minutes ago. It will jump 15-20 cents per trade from time to time. And we've had 177,000 only on Gores Holdings. That's telling me this stock is drying out. This stock is drying out on the sell side. And any kind of a wave of buying into Gores Holdings, it'll pop 50 cents or more. And we're waiting for them to talk and tell us when they're having their shareholder vote meeting for the takeover. It's imminently due. Tomorrow, Matterport releases financials. These financials, if they are going to do what my hunch is telling me they're going to do, this stock could be in for a hell of a run. I'm warning you, you are maybe in the last day or so of Gores Holdings being in this neighborhood. I'm just putting it out there. If you're thinking, oh, I'll buy some on Friday or next week, yeah, go ahead, but you might be at much more. I want to caution you on this. Do not dilly-dally with these guys. These guys are all about to roll here, as far as I can see anyway. Anyway, there you have it. GameStop is really putting us to the ringer right now. 191.59. It really jumps around, but it hit 194 already. It would take nothing for this to hit 200 today. Nothing. There's nothing for sale here. I just don't see GameStop being blocked by anything. Anyway, let's see what's going on. When you talk about sex, religion, politics, the market goes up. Let's rock. And Bruce, does Jen swear when she beats the crap out of you, or just wondering? She seems like a spitfire. Now she swears all the time. You just don't see the real Jen. You look at this Jen right here. You see this Jen right here, and you think, oh, she's just a sweet little thing. You know how tough you have to be that Jen right there. You know how tough you have to be. Do you know how dedicated you have to be to what it is you do? Tolerate that guy. You want to hang out with that? I mean, look, you want to mess with this girl? You don't want to mess with her. Don't get on her wrong side. You will. She looks so happy and so innocent and so sweet. Oh, don't mess with my Jen. Oh gosh, you don't want to be on the wrong side of Jen. She's a Steeler fan. Doesn't that resonate with any of you folks? She's a Steelers fan. Hello. She's not a Cardinals fan. No, she's not a Jets fan. I mean, Jets fans are tough people. Giants fans are tough people. She's a Steelers fan. Okay, we're gonna hit and chew gum. Okay, we're gonna chew some gum and we're gonna do some hitting. Oh, by the way, we're all out of gum. Okay, that you guys just don't know. Uncle Bruce at 1,000. Jenny, I have an old $5 call option for VGAC expiring on July 16th. With the lack of movement, do you think I should close this and buy another call for sometime in 2022? Well, 7/16, that's July 16th. So the meeting is June 10. They'll start trading on the market around June 14, 15, 16, somewhere in there. They'll start trading. So you have a month. So I would wait, let the market open up, and go from there. On the other hand, I don't mind the idea of you cashing in a little gain here. Hopefully you've got a gain, or certainly you've got book value. But if you wait and it goes to 15, 18, 20, then roll over, or do you go now and roll into it? This is one of those. You're going to win either way. Just a question of, do you win more with a rollover and higher numbers of contracts? Can you get 1250s for January 2022? Can you get more than what you have here? Like, can you turn this $5 call into triple or quadruple the number of calls you have now? Can you do that? That might be the better way to go. Higher leverage. Something to think about. Truth and honesty power this channel. I love it. What happens when we die? I've been conditioned like stoplights. Only red means buy and green means stop. And making so much freaking money. Thank you, Bruce. We still love you, Yoko. Where do we come from? Why are we here? Bruce is a gem. My portfolio took a 180-degree turn ever since I've been following his picks. Do VGAC calls for $10 and $15 for January and later sound like a good idea? Yeah, it's a good idea. It's a good move. I would say so. It's going up. Oops, I hadn't given a thumbs up. That doesn't happen very often. Wally's World, this is my spirit animal. Rebel, new member. Thank you, Rebel, for becoming part of this group. I'm way behind on my messages here. Thank you, everybody, for popping in here. I'm trying to catch up with you guys. Thanks, all of you who are donating and popping in here and saying hi and thank you. Beautiful. Hey, Bruce, financial news here in the Netherlands talked about the increase in game-related sales, and global sales are now at $186 billion. Increase of 25% over the year, and don't think GameStop isn't getting it. They're getting their share. They're going to get more. Tuesday, happy hour with this kind of a run. I wish I was at series. Hello, says Rebel. Robel, right on, Robel, welcome. Welcome, Robel. 2.2 million the first hour, best we've seen in a long time here. What else is going on? Tell me more about IPOE. Tell me more. Oh my gosh, here we go. So much fun. Here you go. VGAC is so cheap right now, you'll be dying. You guys are going to be crying in another couple of weeks. Just going to go, why didn't I buy that stuff? It was just sitting there at $9.98. It was just sitting there. And so was that Vector and new nav site and Starboard and Fortress. I mean, we knew what was going to happen. He told us. He showed us. We saw it. Why? Okay, what can I say? Thank you, everybody. Oh man, Pyromania. The people who love us will miss us very much too. We all came from two people having a good time, hopefully. And three, second answer might be good enough, but if not, it can get very complicated. That's true. The world is complicated. I've been trying to tell you that it's a complicated world in which we live. Welcome to the complicated world in which we are living right now. It's not that simple. Kent, thank you, Kent, for joining us. New member. Beautiful. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate this. All of you new members, come on in here. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. Please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. I really would like to see our subscribe counts go up again. Thank you for being here. I love you guys. It's beautiful. Design for students. Thank you for this donation. Thank you for the wisdom, Bruce. Thank you, Design for Students, so much. Appreciate that as well. Guys, we're going to have fun, I think. I think we're going to have fun. Another 10 contracts of Core Holdings. Yoo-hoo! Hey, Jane Doe, I'm back. Our electricity went out from the storm. Why the face? I don't understand. Welcome back. I'm glad you're here. GameStop is hot today. We've had an interesting day today. We're right now at $20.97 on IPOE, up $1.19 a share. Yesterday, we were all excited about breaking $20 a share. Now we're going to break 21. 2.8 million shares traded. We're going much higher. GameStop, 193.34, up 13.33 at the moment on 2.56 million shares. We've hit a high of 194.46. We're $1.10 away from the high of the day again. We're going higher. I don't think that's going to stop. AMC, $14.86, 10 cents off the high of the day on 55.8 million shares. People are getting excited about Memorial Day and theater openings. We are at $13.99 on Gores, up 32 cents. High of the day, $14.07. We'll go higher than that. 186,000 shares. That's all that is traded on Gores so far today. VGAC, $9.98, locked in. Getting ready for that meeting on June the 10th. 16 days. Jets, let's see, but welcome back, Jane. Jets have been bad since Joe Namath. Uncle Bruce, is there any, what was these comments? Let me try to get these. JTS Jets. Is there any update on VACQ? Nothing today, but soon. Oh, look at that. We have Heinz 57, is that right? And oh, baby.
There you go.
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby.
Check it out. We got the bagel. We got the egg.
Go stock, go.
We got the cheese.
Stock,
we got the toasted bagel with the sesame seeds on there. Oh, yeah. We're ready to rock and roll, baby. We're going higher. We're going higher. Thank you, Jen, so much. Higher. Well, I got her started. Sly and the Family Stone. I'm going to take you higher. Oh, man. LL432 has become the latest, newest, greatest member of this channel. Thank you so much for being here. I'm glad you made it. Welcome. Hey, Thor432. Welcome. Hey, welcome back, 432. You're here. Everybody. I want to rock. Let's go, baby. 193.40 on GameStop. 21.18 on IPOE. We're up $1.40 a share now. Today on IPOE. Gores, $13.97 up 30 cents. AMC $1.20 higher at 14.88. The Dow is up 28 points. S&P is up 4. NASDAQ is up 38. That's where we're at right now. Getting excited, getting higher, and looking good. Thank you very much for those of you who are here today. Joining us, it's bagel time with Uncle Bruce. 193.17 on GameStop. Can we break 200 today? I can't see why not, unless there's an orchestrated attack on the stock. I don't know why the stock would go down. Should just go higher. So many of you are holding and not selling. There's a lack of paper for sale, and that is becoming more apparent the higher it goes. It's drying out. IPOE 2109 up $1.31 right now. Having a good day here, guys. Welcome all. Here you go. Bruce, I'm up more money today on IPO than I make in a month of work. Well, let's make it a year. Let's make it a year of work. Who says you can't get rich in the stock market? You just pick the spots, pick your right stock, get in there and watch the ride. Woohoo! Lots of things happening. We're looking great. We're excited. Glad you're all here. And I'm so green, it's stupid. That's what I want to hear. I want you guys richer. That's what we want. Cheers, everybody. It's time for a bagel. Woohoo! Let's go. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. So good. There you go. This question I can't answer because, is it going to take years for GameStop to go higher, or weeks, or months? They make $70 million in profit. That's $1 a share in profit. They make $700 million a year in profit. That's $10 a share in profit. They trade at 50 times earnings. That's a $500 stock. Do you want to have a $500 stock, or do you want to split it 10 for 1 and have a $50 stock? What does management like to have? Where do they want it to be? If they reach $10 billion in sales in the next year or so, and they estimated, if it's estimated that in 2 years they can reach 12 to 15 billion in worldwide sales from online selling globally, could they generate 700 million in profit? You're doing 12 billion in sales. Can you make $1 billion in profit out of it, or something like that? Can you make 10, 12 bucks a share profit maybe? Trade at 40, 50, 60 times earnings because of the growth curve that you're on? You got a $500, $1,000 stock on your hands here. Yeah, you're probably going to see a split. I just don't know what kind of split. I don't know what day. I don't know what level, but shares are going higher. There's a reason people are buying this stuff. It's up 12 bucks today, and they haven't made an announcement that I'm aware of. I don't see a news announcement anywhere. Do you? Do any of you see anything? I got nothing. It's going up $12 on no news. It went up yesterday on no news. It was 145 a share 2 weeks ago. It's 192. It's the highest level it's been at in what, 4 months, 3 months? March? Yeah, it's looking good. Welcome back, folks. The last time we saw $200 a share was something around March something. Yeah. Get ready. Get get ready. Crypto Addict, I have 5 VGAC calls at $20 October. Do you feel this is too close? Might be, but on the other hand, if the shares go to 15, 18, you'll make money on your calls because they'll reflect a higher value, and you might be able to roll into January's then. You might want to do that. Loving the bagel. GameStop's going up. I can afford a membership. Woo! Bruce, I'm trying again. I have 3 IPOE $15 calls for June coming up. Let them roll or sell one. Pick up 3 $22.50 calls for another month or 2 out. What should I be doing here? You got $15 calls are in the money. $6+ are probably trading at what, $8 a piece, $8.50. I'm just guessing. If you leave them alone and the stock goes up to 25, just in the near term, you're 10 in the money. You're sitting on what, $12 contracts now. On the other hand, if you sell one now for $800 something, should you buy 3 $22.50 calls for further ahead to be further in more time, but you're further out. You're now just out of the money, but you've got triple the leverage, right? If it goes to 25 a share, those are $250 in the money plus premium. They'll be worth about $450. You'll have 3 of them. That's $1,300 of the contracts versus 3 $1,200 contracts. Sounds like you're at the same spot. Maybe you might be worth just as much money on one versus the other. Where right now you're in the money versus the others are out of the money, and you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. I know. Maybe you want to look at what do you want to do? You may want to just sit tight here and let the stock keep going and enjoy the 3 you got. Let these 3 leverage up. If this thing goes to 35 a share, you got a $20 book value times 3. You got 6,600 in stock contracts. You didn't pay 6,600 for these contracts. You're making money. Sometimes it's just best to sit around. That's what it is. John Van, I'm a Rams fan for 38 years, and it's been rough, man. It's been rough. Thanks, Jack. Happy to be back. Let's see.
I've been a Steelers fan since 76.
Yeah, we got
I know tough.
She's been out of gum since 76.
We've had our bad years. There's 2 out of Cubbies fans.
In Pittsburgh, the attitude is
Next man up.
we're supposed to win a Super Bowl every year. We've only won 6 of them. Something's wrong here. Yeah.
Have you talked hockey yet?
No, what happened last night with the Oilers?
I caved after the second overtime.
Oh.
And I went to bed, but in the 3rd overtime, Winnipeg scored.
Oh.
Swept them in 4.
Oilers are gone in 4 straight. Oh, my God.
So now they get to sit and wait for Montreal and Toronto to beat the snot out of each other.
Triple overtime.
Triple overtime. Oh,
Oilers could not catch a break the entire series.
So tired.
Wow.
And it was a good goal.
Wow.
Yeah, it wasn't a crappy goal. It was a good goal.
What did you say?
Nothing. I don't think shit's a sore word anymore.
We have kids watching. I'm pretty sure they say it. Oh man! 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 21 on the game on the IPOE. Eat that bagel. Can you take me higher? Ooh! Zzz, that's right. IPOE. 192.29 on GameStop. Only a couple of bucks from the new high. 2103 on IPOE, right around the high. AMC at 1470 and Gore's 1394. Wow, let's go. Enjoy. Oh. Shaky is trying to get Shaky's trying to get into big trouble here. Shaky says, and I'm not saying this, it's Shaky saying this.
Quoting.
Heinz 57, Heinz Stadium, Heinz Ward, go Bagels, go Bengals. Oh no, go Bengals. Now she's laughing.
Yeah, Bengals, Big Red. the quarterback bar is Big Red. Is he Dalton? Okay.
Making Jen laugh now. Making Jen laugh. You shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have said anything about that. You shouldn't have said anything about Heinz Ward. You shouldn't have done it, but you done it.
Heinz Ward was my first jersey.
That's right. That's her first jersey was a Heinz Ward jersey. Oh man, oh man.
And then a Palomalu.
How about this? Robel says, Uncle Bruce just want to let you know, I paid for membership using my iPad via a browser, and it automatically opened, magically opened the chat for me on my computer screen without even needing to refresh the page there. So YouTube's getting better at this, to let you become a member and use multiple devices. That's good news.
Big Brother knows everything.
They know everything. Uncle Bruce, talk more about sex and you'll get 1,000 thumbs ups every time. I should manage your business. Oh man, Bruce, 250 on GameStop, and you can sing anything you want, and I will applaud. Jane, it went on for 3-4 days, and it was so random. Thank you, Texas. Whatever. Let's move on. Thank you. Good luck to you, AMC peeps. $15 calls and such. Let's see. Freedom. When GameStop hits 200, I'm bringing out the fireball. Where are we at now? 193.22 on GameStop. We're approaching the high of the day again. The high is 195.18 here. IPOE 2104, AMC at 1469, and Gores Holdings 1394. VGAC 998, sitting right there, up 1 penny, and that is it right now. We've got the Dow up 33 points. We got S&P up 480, NASDAQ up 49.9, 50 points, let's call it. Oil up 16 cents. All right, we're here, ready to enjoy the movement. We still have one half of a bagel to enjoy, and that's what we're working on right now. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. We're having fun today. Appreciate it. Anyway, let's go. What's going on? Let's see. Bagel power, exactly. I sold a GameStop $250 call contract for this Friday for $2 for $205. I'll take the money. Yeah, $250, not bad. My IPOE January 21 calls at $10 have officially doubled. Woohoo! We're going higher, baby.
But doubling your money is not a bad thing. Take your money.
There's nothing wrong with it, but we know that the shareholder meeting is day after tomorrow. Right. And we know that the listing is next week. So, we're early. You're in early.
I'm worried that people are getting spoiled because we have 300, 400, 1,100% increases. And that's just not real life. Double your money.
Well, if you're dealing with stock, true, options different with leverage. Vincent makes a $20 donation and says, I'm a simple guy. Uncle Bruce makes me money, and I give some back. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Vincent. Jen thanks you. I thank you. Jen, say thank you. Jen.
Thank you.
Yeah, Vincent just donated $20. She says thank you. Thank you, she said. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. Make money. Just make money, please. Make money. Money. Glitch Fizz, I'm up 134% on IPOE calls, and we've only just started. Jane Doe, Vincent, nice. Go bagel. GameStop, 29% gross margin. The down yield. Go bagel. Here we are. We're rolling. Thank you, everybody, for popping in. Thank you. Robel, yes. Here we go. Where are we at right now? 2102 on IPOE, 192.69 on GameStop, 1392 on Gores, 1461 on AMC. Good morning. It's a good morning, everybody. Hope you're having fun. Hope you're having fun today. Yeah, we're higher. We're looking to go higher. We want to go higher. We want to go higher. Much goes higher. Uncle Bruce, we need a that was easy. See if I can do that for you.
That was easy.
That was easy. There you go.
Don't you hate that when the radio plays a song and now it's in your brain?
Yeah, it's in your head. That's what happens. You get a tune in there, get that worm in there, that music worm, won't let go. Oh boy. Stock market Bruce, do you need to wait to find a buyer for these contracts? You just sell them off like you do stock, just like the stock. You can offer them at a set price on the option Chicago market. It's just your platform. When you look at your contract in your through your brokerage firm's site, they'll show you the bid ask, last trade. You see your position, and then you pick the price you want to sell out at. You put in a limit order for the day, perhaps. And you might be a little higher than where it's at trading at. The stock has a little pop up. You get taken out. Otherwise, you hit the bid if you feel that's what you have to do, or you offer it somewhere in the middle between bid and ask. Don't be just hitting bids randomly. Set a price, put it in there. If the contract is, let's say 550 to 575, just using the number, you might offer it at 570. You're a nickel under the low. You're the lowest seller, but you're way up there. You're up at the end. On the other hand, if you see the stock going up 40, 50 cents a share and you're not getting out at 570, you kill the order and redo it and put it out there now at 595 and go ahead of the lowest offer because the guy offering now 575 is offering too low. Back off and kill your order and just don't do anything. Let the market adjust and then pick your spot again. And you might do that. Get the price you feel is fair for that contract and don't undersell it. You make your money when you sell. You make your money when you buy, and be a smart buyer, be a smart seller. There you go. Anyway, there it is. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Boy, there's a detailed question here. I did talk about this earlier today about how much money is in the economy from the banks. This is a detailed story. Asking for a friend, like that. Yeah, fantastic, everybody. Thank you for being here. Yeah, selling now, Nick, would be too early, for sure. All right. Go bagels, go bagels. Absolutely, go bagels. Just about done. Oh, so good. So good. Baking. My parents never gave me the talk. Now I'm 28. I'm finally receiving it from my Canadian uncle. Oh, man. Nick, never didn't expect to be in the money so soon on IPOE. Get it while you can. There you go, guys. Oh, pardon me. 2081 on IPOE, 191.82 on GameStop, 1461 on AMC and Gores 1392. We're having an up day here, and let's just keep right on going. Let's just keep right on going. Thank you, everybody, so much. Georgios Rigas, thank you, Georgios, for joining. Just catching up to your message. I'm still 4 minutes behind on these messages. Thank you for joining us right now. AB, thank you for this donation. Wouldn't it be crazy if the squeeze happened and you could toss your gains into IPOE? One can dream, laughing out loud. Let's see here. Nancy, thank you, Nancy, for this. Uncle Bruce and Bagel Gang, if you want to practice for the mother of all short squeezes, check out sirlondon.com. It's a simulation game of how to time your GameStop buys and sells. There's all kinds of advice out there. Glitchviz, wow, it's cool to see how far the watchers on this channel have come. How many last month didn't even know what options were. Every day you learn more. Hang around here. You'll learn more and you'll get smarter. Anyway, there you have it. Don't be hitting bids randomly. Love you, Bruce. 2 IPOEs for 22.50 January 23 to 11.50. Is that $1.15 a share? I'm guessing because the contract total cost is $1,150, or was each one 67 cents? I'm not sure what this means. You're losing me, people. Is Bruce a descendant of Nostradamus? The guy predicts the future. What a hidden gem. What can I say? Anyway, thanks, Bruce. I'm finally getting out of the hole, says Kent. Another newbie question. Who or how are option expiry dates determined? Just got into options trading this year and noticed you can't set the expiration date when creating an options contract. You decide which contract you are going to offer. You'll look at the option chain and you'll figure out which option you want to either buy to go long, or which option you're going to write, which option you're going to sell to write, to buy back later or let expire worthless, hopefully. So you can determine which one you get into, which one you're going to be part of, but they're out there. As stocks mature, as options contracts mature around stocks, like say GameStop now, you can buy and sell GameStop contracts that expire this Friday all the way out to like a year plus from now. So at every dollar level, like every kinds of different dollar levels. So take a look at different option chains and you'll see what's going on. Stonks are so hot today. We're about ready to run up again here. Let's see. Where are we at right now? 189.07 right now. All right. Stock markets with Bruce. Can we prioritize getting these classes started? Time is money. We're working on it. I can't wait for the breakfast bagels on the cruise. We'll wait for sure. We will for sure have a big loaf. Bruce Tadamus. Play the game after Uncle Bruce, of course. Hey, Uncle Bruce, how did you and Jen dress in the 70s? Were the two of you like Travolta and Newton-John from the movie Grease? Oh, yeah. Jennifer wore leather pants every day with those high heel slides, and those really tight tank tops that she had tied at the midriff so you could see her navel. And then she had her hair all frizzed up with a thing on it, just like Olivia Newton-John, and that's what she wore every day. And I wore exactly what Travolta wore, and my hair was exactly the same. I had that poof, that big hairdo. You can tell with all the hair that's left me now. It used to be there. I had that Travolta look, yeah. No, I will not show you photos of what we looked like back then. No, we wore bell bottoms and halter tops, says Ona. Why the face just happened to Micron? What's going on with Micron? I don't know. What a great time. BruceCon 2022. BruceCon. Bruce speaks English and does not write nonsensical quatrains that could mean anything and are only able to be deciphered after the fact. All right. Krista, I'm heading to work. Thanks for the fun morning. Yeah, in your dreams, says Jerk, T Jerk. Me too. Let's see. Krista K, you be safe out there. What a fabulous morning this has been. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. And Auntie Jen, going to send you an email about your classes concept. Let's see. Have fun at work. In the 70s, I was wearing diapers and running around naked. That's what Aaron is saying. Oh, man. So they had to sew Olivia Newton-John into those pants every time they filmed. Does that mean Uncle Bruce sews Jen into her pants? No bathroom breaks for Jen. Oh, no. Just got another 120 shares of IPOE. 2096 right now on the IPOE. That's where we're at right now. Oh, man. Man, too much fun. I think I've kind of caught up to the messages accidentally. I think they may have skipped forward here. Thank you guys so much for tolerating my lack of reading all these comments. It's been impossible. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining this channel today. All of you new joiners, love that. And thank you those of you who have been making super chats to us today. We appreciate it. All those of you who make the donations through our PayPal account, I thank you for that too. Very kind of you. Thank you very, very much. Olga, thank you, Olga, for a donation today on PayPal. Thank you very much. This is tremendous. Thank you. I'm working right now, and I'm listening to you too, says Olga. I just sent you a little donation on your PayPal. Thanks for all you do for us. Say hi to Jen. We love her too, by the way. I still can't comment on the chat. I did what they told me, and it did not work. So Olga still is in jail like Tony was in jail. She cannot make a comment on the channel that she'd like to, and still is not happening. So there's something out there that's glitching it up. I don't know what it is. I know that we've had this happen to others lately, and it is so frustrating. I just do not know what to make of it. It is what it is, and we're working on it. Mirko, thank you, Mirko, from Porta Westfalicia in Germany. I'm looking forward to spending some time with you for sure. Fantastic. And that is good stuff. And Ethan, thank you, buddy. I'm looking forward to seeing you. Folks are getting lined up here with their shows and their one-on-ones. Thank you, everybody, for all of this. Excuse me. All right, we're going to have some fun here. 2098 on IPOE, 190.71 on GameStop. We're back over 190 again. The GameStop volume now is at 3.4 million shares, and AMC at 1472, Gore at 1393 now. The Dow's up 6.5, S&P up 1.8, NASDAQ up 23. That's where we're at right now. We got a good run going here, more or less. We'll follow it as best we can. Thank you for those of you who are subscribing to my channel, Stock Markets with Bruce. Thank you for becoming sponsors and subscribers. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for the 1,200 thumbs up. That's the highest number in like a week. I don't know if I've had 1,200 during the show. That's fantastic. 1,200 thumbs ups, and they're still coming in, guys. Thank you very much for throwing thumbs ups our way. We are trying to get our shares, hoping they go higher and higher and higher. We know why they should go higher, and now we're noticing that they are going higher. Thank you, all of you, for helping out and throwing the thumbs up our way. We're going to hit 1,300 here in no time, the way this is going. Absolutely beautiful, guys. Just super. What else is going on here? Yeah, the Dow is coming off again around the flat line right now, up 1 point. S&P is flatlining it up a point. That's what we've got. We're watching these markets closely to see what's going on, and markets are wavering along. But in our little world, the shares we're watching, stuff is happening, and it's good stuff. And I like what I see. I like what I'm hearing. And I like the vibe we're getting. And I'll tell you, our shares are in a pretty good position here. I think we're going to go quite a bit more. A lot of people who are going to be picking up our stock because they're going to hear good things. They're going to hear things that they want to hear about tremendous upside prospect here. And I like the way this is working out. Welcome all to the show today with Uncle Bruce. I'm glad you could pop in to spend some time with me today. Valuable time that you have, and thank you all. Beautiful stuff. 2104 again on IPOE, coming on. We're a little run now. The high of the day, 2120, and we're at 2106, so only 14 cents from the high of the day on IPOE. There are very little down dips coming on the stock now. Mainly upsurges is what we seem to be coming across here, which is good to see. GameStop right now, 190.12, up $10. High of the day, 195.32. Would not surprise me if we hit new highs as this day rolls on, because there seems to be a buy wave coming into the stock just bit by bit by bit. More and more investors are slipping in here and grabbing this stuff up. And I don't think there's any article out there that's going to stop this stock from going higher. We're waiting for news, absolutely waiting for news. We know we're waiting for CEO announcements, first quarter financials, and the annual meeting. We know we're waiting for that annual meeting, and we're quite curious about that. We're going to see what's happening one minute at a time, one trade at a time, one stock at a time, and we're going to see what's going on here. Anyway, there it is. You'll see articles from time to time on some of our stocks that will be positive. Sometimes it'll be negative. It is what it is. We have to, let those speak that want to speak. But I'll tell you, on GameStop and others, I think we have some pretty good news coming out here that will be pretty interesting here. I think we're going to have an interesting summer this summer, a very good summer. So hang on, folks. Stick around. Enjoy the show. And let's see what we can do with it. 190.73 on GameStop right now. And the volume is approaching 3.43 million on GameStop today. That's higher than lately, obviously. IPOE now 2104, volume 3.8 million. AMC now 1468 on volume of 66 million. Gores 1395, volume of 228,000. Interesting how it's up 28 cents on almost nothing in the volume department. Very, very interesting. VanEck Vectors is up 63 cents to 244. Home Depot up 66 cents. IBM down $1.35. Dow Jones now down 23 points officially, negative at the moment. Microsoft up 76 cents. Apple down 28 cents. Tesla down 7.85, back to 5.98 a share. Over on the cruise lines, they're all higher today. Amazon up $1.17, Facebook up $2.99, and Google up $7.90. So a little profit taking coming in, a little bit of repositioning going on, but what we're following looking pretty good today. Not a bad day at all. 2105 on IPOE. GameStop right now 189.81, just under the 190 mark. We had a little sell wave come through to us about 15 minutes ago when we got up to that 192 range. We did touch 195 for a brief moment today. Then we backed off all the way to 188, and now we're at 189.54, hanging around here with a gain of 9.53 today on GameStop. Thank you very much. We're seeing Mr. Biden and Mr. Putin are going to meet in Switzerland sometime in June. Very good. Have a little chat, get to know each other more. Who knows? 189.69 on GameStop. Oh my. I used to remember when I was younger, back in the 70s and the 80s, what a big deal it was. A big deal when the President of the United States would meet with the head of the Soviet Union. I mean, the entire world media would be, just holding their breath, waiting to hear what they had to say to each other, what their thoughts were, and what how they would get along with each other or not. It was a relief for the planet when Reagan and Gorbachev seemed to hit it off as their relationship went on. It was a relief for the world that George Bush Sr. Seemed to get along with Putin at the beginning. But I remember back in those days when Ford would meet with Khrushchev and Carter meeting and the others going back. I'll tell you, those were tension-filled times because nobody knew. We just were so uneducated about what was going on in Europe. We were just not aware because we just didn't follow it. We weren't being educated on it very well, and we were blind to it. And we were so dominated by our domestic media with the domestic agenda that we really didn't have a worldview, and as individuals we just didn't know. And when these meetings were held, it was just high stakes poker. And for the President of the United States, the problem is
you have an election every 4 years. You have a midterm every 2 years, and you had to really time it just right. You had to have it come off just the right way. For the Soviet Union, they were kind of like, well, we have elections, but it's kind of a foregone conclusion that the Communist Party will be reelected because it's the only party you can vote for. So it wasn't so difficult for them, but still the stakes were high, and we really rather appreciate it when these guys shook hands more than wave fists at each other. We'd rather they get along than not. Just kind of make it easier for business and for life in general. And so, by the time the 2000s rolled around, the idea of building a bomb shelter in your backyard didn't seem to be a high priority anymore. Unlike the 50s or some in the 60s who thought, oh, that's what we have to have. We have to have a bomb shelter in our basement, or we have to have one, off the backyard. Just like those twisters, for the tornadoes in Kansas, you got to have a shelter down below. Oh, you got to have one for the nuclear holocaust. You got to have that. I'd rather not get into that business. I'd rather that business not do well these days, and just kind of, can't we just get along? Why don't we just fight each other economically and just try to make the better widgets, and let the consumer decide who the winners and losers are, who comes in second, third, and fourth, and we still survive and keep fighting another day. But anyway, that's just this old man talking. I would rather not have war. Make love, not war. That's kind of my thinking. Anyway, there you go. Anyway, thank you, everybody. Also, Brent, thank you for becoming a new member of this channel. Fantastic. I love it. Jonathan, Uncle Bruce, what was the SPAC you recommended that retailers use 3D images to show houses and office spaces? Gores Holdings, GHVI. They are going to be taken over by Matterport. That's the company that does the 3D imaging, Matterport. And their financials come out tomorrow. Gores just hit $14 a share right now, up 33 cents on the day. It's back to 14 and going higher. That's the one you want to get. Gores Holdings, that is the one you want to own if you're into the 3D thing, and I think it'll be all right. All right. Fantastic. What's going on? Jen Doe, I don't know what you're saying to me here. I don't know how to interpret the value of my call contracts. It says GameStop, 210618 call 222. That would be a 2021 June 8. Is it what? No, that's not what that is. GameStop 210 contract June 18th call. No, that's not what it is. GameStop 21068 2021 expiry June 18th call 220. What do I want from a call contract perspective when I'm making or losing money with this scenario? Well, okay, Jen, I don't know what you've done. I don't know. Do you own this contract? Did you write this contract? What? Are you long? Are you short? What's it trading at? What's going on here? The 220 contract is out of the money. It expires on the 18th. That is in a couple of weeks, 3 weeks. It dies. What? You got to help me here. You're not giving me all the info that I could use here as to what the heck you're doing and what's going on. How can I tell you your perspective if I don't even know what your situation is? Help me, please. Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. Help me. Okay. June. What is going on here? June 18th. Here we go. June 18th, 220 call. A June 20 call is 1620 last trade, 1535 to 1645. That's the market right now. So are you going to write call contracts against GameStop? You have for June the 18th at a $220 price. If you do, you're going to be bringing in anywhere from 1535 to 1645 a contract, depending on what you offer it at. We're talking about a contract trading at 1620. That means it's $1,620 per contract in value. And I'm not sure how to interpret the value of my call contract. So at the moment, the value, if you are short the call, if you've written it already, it's now valued in the marketplace at between $1,530 and $1,645. It's out of the money. It's out of the money, $33 roughly, $32. Stock's at $187 right now. That's where we're at this minute in time, this moment. So if you wrote it, you're looking for it to go down in price. And it'll go down in price as it gets older, as it gets closer to June 18th, if the shares stay under 220. Right now, they are under 220. They're up today. Yeah, the shares are up. They were up yesterday. They're up today. But they're nowhere near 220, really. The shares were 190 something. This is today already, but they've backed off to 187. So that's where we're at right now on this contract. I hope with all this guessing, I've helped you. If you've written this call contract, you do nothing. You don't do anything. You just sit there. Just wait. GameStop is 187.40. It's up 760 a share right now. Great. You would be delighted if the stock goes to $219.99 on the very day the option expires. That would be perfect for you. The contract will be worth nothing. You get to keep all the money you brought in. And the stock went up to $219.99 and you're up on the stock. That would be your perfect scenario. Perfect. But if the shares go between here and 215, 220 between now and that point in time, those contracts will die worthless. All the money you sold it for is yours. And now you can write a new contract. And now you might write a 250 or a 260 and bring in more money. That could be the game plan. Jen, that's my guess. That's my my interpretation on what I think you might be asking me, but I don't know for sure. All right. Let my Olga go. Olga's tied up right now. She's in jail. It's just not fair. She's stuck. Adam, we'll see you soon. Adam Harris, we'll see you soon. You betcha, buddy. Let's see here. Yeah, Uncle Bruce, any crazy streaking stories that you and Auntie Jen Canadian seem to be adventurous? Yeah, Jen and I, we haven't been outside naked in an awfully long time. Ever. I think is the word. We've never streaked. No, we haven't done that. Okay, there you go. Anyway, there you have it. People are giving Jen advice or trying to give her advice on her contracts. Again, we're guessing. Yes, I wrote the contract. She said, I wrote the contract. I own the stock. I'm long on the contract. My average cost base $16.99 one contract. You are short the contract. You are short. You're not long. You're short. You wrote it. You sold the call contract at $16.99 when you created it. You need to buy it back or you need to let it expire. Those are your choices. You don't have to do anything right now. And I'm telling you not to do anything right now. I'm telling you to lay low. Your contract is between roughly $15.35 and $16.45. It seems to be the value at the moment of the contract. If the stock drops in price as the day wears on here, and it can, not that it will, but it could, that would mean that the contract will drop in value because the lower the stock goes, the lower call contracts trade at. The higher stock goes, the higher call contracts trade at. The 220 right now is $15.75 to $16.65, last at $15.90. So in theory, if you were to buy it back at $15.90, if you'd have bought it back there, you would have made $1.09 on 100 shares, which have been $109. So right now you're ahead of the game. You're making money on your call contract because the call contract is trading at a price equal or lower than what you sold it for. And if the shares stay here in this 185, 195 window for a while, if this is where they're going to be for a while, this contract will slowly drop in value because the time keeps disappearing on this contract's life as each day goes by. Now, this weekend is a big weekend for you. You don't know this, maybe. But those of you who have written call contracts, you know, or you should know, Monday we don't trade. It's a holiday. And so next week, there's only 4 trading days on the market. Same for contracts. So if you write a contract that expires next Friday, if you write it today, that expires next week, Friday, it only has 3 days to go this week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And it only has 4 days to go next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So it's actually a 7-day contract. And yet next Friday from now is like 10 days from now, but it's only got 7 trading days. Interesting. That means the deterioration will be quicker. So this contract, this 220, if the stock stays where it is by next week, likely it'll be down into the $13 neighborhood, $13.50 neighborhood, just because of time depreciation. That's likely what's going to happen. If another week goes by and the stock stays about this range, your contract will probably be about $8, maybe $6. It'll really drop. It'll start to really drop. But at the moment, it has until June the 18th to live. The stock is up today, $7.74, and so the contract right now is showing a $15.75 bid and a $16.65 offer. So that's where it's at right now. So you're in the money, you're ahead, you're richer, your stock is up $7.80, and your contract is down $1. So you're actually $8.80 actually richer per 100 shares. So 100 shares, you're $880 richer. 1,000 shares, you're $8,800 richer today on both fronts, but combined. There you are. If the stock goes to $195 this afternoon, your contract might go up to $19. And so you might be down $200 on your contract for each one you wrote, but you're up another $700 on your stock. You'll be up $1,500 today on your stock, down $200 on your contract, and you still don't have to buy it back. You just sit there and wait because it's out of the money. It's still out of the money. The gamblers are paying big money, a big premium for a $220 call contract right now on GameStop. That's a big premium to pay. Anyone buying this call contract right now around $16, they actually need the stock to go to $236 by the expiry day to break even. $236 is what they need to break even. So they are really gambling on a move. They are really wondering, could this go to $275, $300? It could, of course it could, but it hasn't, has it? Not yet. And 188.46, up 8.45. Welcome to the option market, the stock market, and all the little things that we're going to teach you in our class. Get ready to attend the master class and learn about this in much, much more detail. How many of you would like to join me on a master class? How many people should I have in a master class, and what should I charge for it? What do you think? How much should I charge for maybe a 1 to 2 hour master class? Somewhere between, what do you think, 10 to 50 people, somewhere in that range. How many people should be there? How long should the class be, and what should I charge for it? What do you think is fair to be a member of the live audience so that you can ask me direct questions one-on-one live? What do you think? Let me know your thoughts. I'd like to find out what you're thinking. All right? Okay, there you go. Beautiful. Uncle Bruce, I sold 4 contracts for 5/28/2021. That expires in 3 days. The 220 calls yesterday. I'm getting nervous with GameStop today. Should I buy it back? Thank you, sir. Right now I'm up $1. Well, I would not. The stock is at 189.09, and you're still $30 out of the money. I would only consider buying it back on if the stock reaches the 210.15 neighborhood. Then I would consider it, and even then it would be a consideration. Everything is determinable. Right now, the stock has to run up quite a bit more for you to be really down on it. And then remember, the higher the stock goes, the richer you're getting with your stock, because you've sold your stock theoretically for $220 plus the premium, whatever you sold it for. So you're doing all right. 28. Let's take a look at the 28s. Here we go. Let's go backwards. And the current price, they expire. Let me go back. I'm looking at an option chain, so pardon me. I'm just playing with the option chain. Here we go. May 28th option chain. 220s are 305 to 330 right now. That's where they're at right now. So you wrote them at 4 something. Maybe you wrote a little higher than that. And so tomorrow they'll drop another $1 if the stock sits here. On Friday, Thursday, Friday, they'll be around $2, $1.50, $2 if we're under 195. If you're under 200 with a day or two to go, they'll barely be $3. So you can always consider buying them back whenever you like. You could turn around right now. I mean, theoretically, you could right now, if you wanted to, buy the callback now at this one and issue a June 18 220 and bring in more money. You could write one of those $16 call contracts. So pay $3 to get 16, and you get bringing $1,300 more money into your account, but you're locking up your stock for another couple of weeks. So think about that. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for this, for these calls and questions. And like I say, what should I charge for these classes. What should I do? I'm going to go live for like 90 minutes to 2 hours. El Chandra, you should charge $100. I charge $400 for an hour on a private session. What should I charge for a classroom that goes like between 1 and 2 hours with instruction for the first half and then Q&A for the second half, something like that? What do you think? Anyway, there, Jen Doe, super helpful. I think that's where I'm getting confused. I keep watching. I can't figure out what it's saying. I'll just sit and wait. There you go. And I joined so I could get member alerts on the Class A availability. 100 NOK. I don't know what that means. $75 a person, 15 people max. $100 for members and $199 for non-members. Discount the class based on the color of your bagel. 10 people, $40 each. 1 hour class, that's your standard rate, but more of us get to learn at the time. Splitter, 50 people, $20 is good. Available, thank you, sir. Mr. V, new member. Thank you, Mr. V, for becoming a new member of the group. I'm glad you're here. Welcome, V. 15 people for 2 hours, $60 to $75 plus a bag of bagels. Fine, Bell. Thank you for the donation. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. Thank you, Jane Doe. Woohoo! I have a great time at the beach. Right there, Mr. V. Welcome. Oh, there's Mr. Lurking since January. Wish I saw in December. Good afternoon, everybody. How long will this class be? Like I said, I'm asking you. I'm thinking 1 to 2 hours, probably closer to 2 hours. And there'll be a limited number of people who will be able to be in the class. And curious how many people should be limited to and what's the price should be charged. What should I charge? When you compare that, I charge $400 an hour for a 1 hour private session. What should I charge for 15, 20, 25, 30 people, 40 people? What should I do? Upwards of 2 hours. We'll see what happens. Jendo, glad you are sorted. Please disregard all my input above. I thought you bought the calls. You wrote them. Awesome. 2 hours. How many shares does everyone have of IPOE? $60 plus bagels. Bruce, will there be school grades so we can mention the class in the CV? But be neutral, more donations, better grades isn't okay. 40 times 10 people, $40 times 10 people. Aaron, that's how I worked it out, Bruce. You charge $400 for an hour private, therefore 90 minutes equals 600. 6 people at 100 each, easy. There you go. Lance, like Hotel California, can check in for a class, but you can never leave. $19.99, says Oscar. A percentage of the gains. I'm interested. Thomas, well, you should definitely make more per hour than your private session rate. That's kind of what I'm thinking too. $50 a person and 12 people max, only because it might make it easier to answer questions, take time with those questions. I'd be willing to pay $49.99 for that class, or 40 people at $25 each. Jen, thanks so much, GlitchFizz. I was definitely getting confused by the last price, current value, and total gain loss. I thought it was good, but then I was just overthinking. And why don't we just bid for the spots in the class? Are there any tests? Because I don't like tests. There'll be no tests. I'll take as long as the class as you can handle, man. Will there be an easy mode, dummy level? There you go. You like math? How much are you worth an hour? Talk about how much you make from the memberships plus the private classes. Now you do that and come up with an average. Let me tell you something. I had fun the other day. It was Sunday. I wanted to find this out. I wanted to find out, well, you know, other people offer courses. How much do they charge? So I was looking on YouTube. Is there anyone else out there offering, you know, courses, classes, Zoom sessions, webinars, whatever the term you want to use? A gathering of people in a private setting live, and then you edit that session and make it available on a per view basis down the road. What do others charge for that? And how would I compare to that? And then I wanted to know, is anyone else out there offering one-on-one private sessions? And how much do they charge for one-on-one private sessions? You know, and I was kind of curious about that, because I was curious, well, I charge $400 for a 1 hour private session. Am I expensive? Am I cheap? Am I in the middle? You know, where do I compare to others? So I was trying to find this all out the other day on the weekend, and I'll get to this in a minute. 25 people, 2 hours, $50 to $75. Please teach the class inside of Wendy's, please. Or Mark maybe wants to know how long it goes for a year. Only once payment once. Oscar, $19.99, $75, 25 people. What happens if there are more people than you have slots for? Will you do them more than one class? See, well, Jane, the thought I had was I would limit the class size to a manageable number that I can handle the questions from. Fair enough, right? But these people would have the exclusive right to ask me one-on-one questions during the broadcast, and it's private. It's a show that is just a classroom for those people only. It's not telecast anywhere. After the show is over, after the tech class is done, my editor will then edit the episode, and we will then, between her and I, will figure out, well, they were like 30 questions. 10 of them were the same question over and over again, or they were kind of the same. Let's get the best 5 or 6 questions out of this group, or 10 questions, and we'll put that in with the session. We'll make that now a nice, concise, maybe 1 hour, 60-minute video. Now people can go to my website and they can buy it. They can click on it and pay a fee to watch that now. Without being in the class, they got to see the finished product of the session so that I get the message out that I wanted people to understand. And we'll put a price on that. And I will pay the cost of broadcasting the episode. It'll probably be through a Zoom thing. I'll need to set up a reservation software thing. I'll pay for that, of course. We'll set all this stuff up, and the website, and my editor, and maybe a moderator, and out goes. This is going to be more expensive for me to do than if I have a one-on-one private session. I mean, what private sessions are, locked in, and they're already part of what I do. Anyway, so I thought, well, if you limit it to a set number of people at a set price, it'll be a premium price of some kind, but it'll be more than if you watch the rerun, obviously, because you're part of the show. You're in the show, and you're getting the info you want live as part of the group. So great. And then on the rerun, it'll go out at a set price, and any of you can watch it. So if you miss the live, or you can't get into the live because I'm sold out, you just wait for the rerun, and you'll watch the rerun, and you'll pay for that, and you decide whether you ever want to watch another one again or not. You'll find out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the next week. How did that class go? The folks will be here telling you it was a dog. It was garbage. It was terrible. It was great. We loved it. It was a good. You'll hear it all, and you'll decide for yourself if you want to watch the rerun or not. And if I bring one out every week or two, after like 4 or 5 months, there might be 20 of them that you can look into, and we cover all kinds of topics, right? And this would mean I would have fewer one-on-ones. I'd have to give up one-on-ones to do this instead, and this will take me 4 hours of my time because I have to get ready before the class, set the logistics, do the class, whatever overtime we're going with, close that off. And then do the edit. You work the editing out. I mean, it's hours and hours and hours of work. But it's what I do, right? It's what I have to do. And so I have to look at the participants and the admission and the time and the factoring and the and everything else, and see where it comes up. Anyway, so I was looking around on Saturday, Sunday, how much do others charge, and I came across Meet Kevin. I went to see, well, what does Meet Kevin do? Because he has 1.6 million subscribers. He's 16 times my size. I have 100,000 subscribers. He has 1.6 million. What does Meet Kevin do? I was kind of curious. And so I noticed that Meet Kevin, he charges for a 1-hour telephone call $10,000. I'm going, well, he's 16 times bigger, 16 times $400 is not $10,000. He's charging way more money than I am for the size he is, but he's charging $10,000 for a one-on-one phone call. And I'm going, I'm charging $400 for a one-on-one session like this. Now, he will do a Zoom call, and you can just see him live and interact just like I do, but he's at $10,000, like $9,975, something. It's $10,000. Courses. Cheapest course he offers is $700 or $800. That's the cheapest recorded course. But his courses are longer. They run quite a bit of time. But he charges up to $2,000 a course. So from $700-800 to $2,000 per course. I'm wondering, what should I charge per class? What should I do? I'm looking at those numbers, and I'm stunned. I'm just stunned at the amount of money he's asking. But I have seen videos that he has made where he talks about how much money he makes as a YouTuber and as an entrepreneur. He's not shy about it. He's 29 years old, never been a stockbroker, but he's a real estate guy. And he talks about it all. He has a stock market course for $800 if you want to buy it from him. He does generate about $1 million a month. He generates $1 million a month in advertising, donations, memberships, online courses, and consultations. $1 million a month. He's 29. Whoa! I was just blown away. I thought, boy, should I start charging $5,000 a class or $5,000 for a private session? I mean, I'm too cheap. I don't know. That was wild. That was just wild. I was just like, I got to do some. I said to myself, you know what you need to do, Bruce? You need to do some more research. Maybe you should do that too. Anyway, the NSB would be helpful to know what the class covers before the rates are discussed. Yeah, right. Sorry if you already mentioned the contents of the class earlier, just logging in. Exactly. I would, obviously, for the week prior to the class that I'm going to run, I'll be telling you guys all about it here on the air, and then you can decide whether you want to get a ticket to the show or not. You can decide. Yeah, I would also suggest you get a feel for how many want this class. Have a sign up, just names, get a feel. Exactly. I count only an hour. I count only for an hour, 45 minutes. 12 to 15 people, maximum 2 hours, $100 each. There you go. Just pay processing and handling. Philly, Bruce doesn't have to prep for private sessions, though. He would need to prepare more for a class. Uncle Bruce is going to make us line up in the hallway and tell us only 5 people will pass today. Michael, I'll be in for $100 for the class. Article private sessions are personalized and tailored to the customer. These are generic educational classes, correct? More like that, because I would not expect you to tell me everything you have in front of other people. That's not the way it is. We're going to cover a topic. We're going to talk about how to write call contracts, how to buy and sell call contracts, how to, the difference between calls and puts, or we're going to get into how contracts get created and how they expire and how they will trade depending on what stocks. We'll get into all this stuff. We got lots to talk about, tons and tons. This is just options, let alone the market. Jen, I wonder if you should have different levels, novices versus moderate versus advanced. Kayla, is this a Zoom class concept? It could be. IPOE, I have 107 shares, 21.14 on IPOE, 191.50 on GameStop, 14.30 on Gore's Holdings, up 59 cents. We're going higher. Uncle Bruce, we you sort out knowledge levels. Some are beginners, some are pros. The info would be relevant between the two. Exactly. Thomas, well, since the classes will be pre-recorded, I think there can be more people in the class. I don't know. They won't be pre-recorded. I will be doing it live with my group. I will have so many of you with me on a Zoom kind of thing with all of you on the screen if you want to be. And we all see each other, and I'm the instructor, and I'll start it off with a presentation. I'll have like my 30, 40 minute whatever, and then we take questions. So we even take questions every 10 minutes, and we move through it. And however long it takes, it takes. There's not going to be a cutoff where I say, that's it, I got to go now. We'll be done when we're done. And I will have that edited by my editor later to try to make it concise and a little more, together. But those of us live, give yourself a good 2 hours, maybe more, of time to hang out with yours truly privately with a small, intimate group of fellow students. And there you go. And that's what we're doing. Anyway, IPOE 800. How about that? 21.20 on IPOE, 191.70 on GameStop, going for 192 now. 10 classmates, 2 hours, highest bidder. 12 people, 2 hours, 150 each. 1.5 hours dedicated to lectures, and the rest for personal questions. There you go. Michael, I'd like to sit at the back of the class so I could throw spitwads like the old days. I've got 5 contracts and a few dozen shares of IPOE. We're making money, Michael. We're making money. Michael Grant, you get Saturday school. Big Tech's Uncle Bruce, what are your predictions for the SoFi stock price after the IPOE merger? It's going higher than this. Going a lot higher than this. That's my prediction. It's going a lot higher. Laugh a lot. I work in this field, online course offerings. This conversation is cracking me up. I sent you that email, Uncle B. Thank you, buddy. Anything above 20 people will get a bit unwieldy. 150 per equals 3,000 an hour minus expenses. I'm a tax CPA and investment advisor. I charge $230, probably too cheap. I like your 400 better. I like the 10,000 better. Splur, Bruce, say no tests. But while he starts, there will be surprise tests. No surprise tests. And I think $25 for 45 minutes with a maximum of 40 people is okay, but this would lead to it. There'd be enough time for questions. The lady on the corner only charges $20 for one-on-one. 15 people maximum. Yeah, but she won't give you stock advice. Will you record the class and then sell access to the replay? Yes. GameStop volume is changing upward pretty rapidly. Go GameStop to 200. 192.50. GameStop now. 3.96 million traded. IPOE 2129 just touched a new high a moment ago on 4.5 million, up $1.50 on your IPOE today. Gores Holdings 1421 up to 1440 just a few moments ago on 410,000 shares. Things are improving in those specific SPACs. Very nice. Andrew, I'm dying over here. Let's see. Also, I would come up with the class themes like option training, basic training classes, so on. Have people sign up. That way you know the scope of what you'll be talking about. Exactly. You know it. That's going to happen. We are moving up. $49.99 is okay. Charge less for attending something. Why do I have so much to say about this? Oh, because it'll be attending. I would also like practical exercises. Any clothing optional? Do I have to? Can I be naked? In which time zone? Hard to keep up in the middle of the night. Premium streaming service, $200 an hour. GameStop, $200 today. GameStop bouncing. Will there be shots? New member Jennifer Smith. Welcome, new Jennifer Smith. We're in the air now. 3 hours 19 minutes. We're overtime today. Hope you don't mind the overtime. Appreciate you being here today. 2135 on IPOE. 193 on GameStop. Is anyone having fun today? Hey, Mike Sullivan, how much do you want to know? Laugh a lot. It's a lot. Sounds good to me, says Mike. Hi, Jennifer. Liz, I think shots would be mandatory. Can't stop, won't stop. That's it. 191.64. Paid videos, personal content, Uncle Bruce OnlyFans. Oh, there's Jennifer. Welcome. Yeah, it could be maybe possible that Bruce makes twice 45-minute once with 10 people who want to learn more. They pay example 99 or 69, and the other 30 people can join. Broker Uncle Bruce, I just want to give you my money. I'm still struggling on how to wrap up my mind around option trading. Plus saving up the capital to use the skills you've taught us. There you go. Sinclair can join in the second hour for less money. Maybe this would be possible too. Lisa, this is replacing one-on-ones. Limit the class size. Joseph, $800 plus or minus the number of people. Mike, Thomas, I was really hoping Uncle Bruce would notice that it's what you do. It's what you do. Jade, thanks, Uncle B. So will we know the topics ahead of time? I'm yes. We need two Bruces. Gores is going up. Yep, Gores up to 1406 right now. 2147 on IPOE. 191.31 on GameStop. I assume people charge a lot more for a lot less than Bruce can offer. Mike Sullivan, oh, right on. Well, we'll see. Thank you. I haven't found anyone doing what you're talking about. I wonder if Uncle Bruce will wear his Hugh Hefner robe during his classes with the pipe, Yeah. Hey, hi, everybody. Yeah. Have a little jazz music in the background. How you doing? I don't think Meet Kevin is 16 times taller than Bruce. No, I don't think so either. Uncle Bruce, I am a logistic major in the Army. I do logistics, lack of lot, and math. I love math. I bet you do. I went to Harvey Mudd for mathematics. Still have nightmares. No more classes for me. Hello, Catherine. Bruce, can you end up creating a worldwide franchise? Can we get grandfathered in, especially when you hit 1 million subscribers, please? At those prices, there go all my profits. I'm sad. We'll just have to make you more profits. That's all. Pay with doing, Colin. Pay with Dong, Colin. Pay with Dong. Christina, you're unnatural for the market then. Let's start the 3D printer. We need more Bruces. 20 years later, welcome to Bruce University. I wonder how many phone calls he actually sells for at 10,000 shot. You got to wonder, right? One a week, pretty good gig. One call a week, 10,000 a week, 500,000 a year. Take 2 weeks off. How about 5 a week? 50,000 a week, 2.5 million a year. I can handle that. I could do a call a day, 5 days a week. That'd be pretty cool. I could just get off this, just take one call from you guys, $10,000 a call, one call a day, Monday to Friday. I'd be fresh. I'd give you an hour and 15 minutes. I'll give you more time. I love this, Bruce. I love this. Bruce is on his way to becoming the Dave Ramsey of this space. GHVI taking off again, 14.10, up 43 cents. 21.31 on IPOE. I'm not sure who pays 10 grand for an hour of someone's time. Someone with a multi-million-dollar account, probably. Christina, maybe a bundle deal, one-time fee for the whole kit, and you could pay for only the classes you want to as well. Philly Flasher Bruce, don't forget about us little guys when you're big enough to charge $10,000 per. Well, you know what, my friend, maybe I'll get you to get your account to $1 million, and then you'll call me every month or so, and we'll talk for 10 grand. You'll be calling me, Bruce, can I have another call? I want to talk to you. I'm sending you 10 grand right now. When can you fit me in? GameStop 192. Who is this? He's not that pretty. We like the Bruce. Holy moly. Even if I were wealthy, I wouldn't spend 10 grand for an hour or anything. Well, that means you're not wealthy. You don't know. Vic C, meet Kevin on YouTube. Don't become that guy, Bruce. Keep appealing to the little people in plain English. There you go. Ground floor investing in Bruce right here. Holy moly, that dude is banking. Yes, he is. Mike Sullivan, depends on the goals of the educational program. And if we dubbed them to local languages for more views, there's that too. Kevin can charge those prices because he has his hair. See, Bruce, you're bald. See, you have no hair. It's all gone. He's got the hair. He can charge $10,000 for a call. See how that works? See, Michael, most of these guys, those guys are frauds, not the yardstick I'd be measuring by. That would be awesome, says Eddie. Gorgeous. Georgius, fun learning activity with Uncle Bruce, the school bus with free bagel. Stonk 101. Yes, I agree 100%. 10 grand. That's ridiculous. Your price should be 16 times less than Kevin's. Thomas, what would you recommend for Bruce? And he did. He bank statements. People say whatever they want. Okay. Can we pay in bagels? How many takers did Kevin get? He's running for governor of California. Well, that's what he's saying. I think he's doing this as a beautiful stunt for his channel. I think it's fantastic. Absolutely genius. I should run for governor of California. I get a bunch of viewers too. Colin, I hope to trade in my comment count towards the fee student discount. Do we get breakfast or lunch? If Bruce is 15 minutes late to class, can we all go home? Uncle Bruce, keep the faith in your viewers. We feed you cash. Mike Sullivan, there are a couple of learning management systems I would recommend depending on the specific goals of the program. Uncle Bruce, do you take trades? I'm a barter guy. Kayla, I think you go too big too fast. You risk losing a solid wider base. There you go. Do you also have a total number of classes in mind with each class covering different topics? That would be so cool. People know which class they go for based on their interest. Exactly. It all has to be worked out. Thomas, goal is to get rich. That's right. Liz, no one can mention he gives us homework, okay? No homework. Colin, at this rate, you'd be worth millions. Well, I want you worth millions. It's a two-way street. I want you worth millions. Are GameStop shorts holding shares in personal accounts? I don't know. Okay, I'd agree with that. GameStop call options going up. Love this, Bruce. Making moves. I do the class. Do we get a discount if we wear a gorilla suit? Splair, I got 3 printers. One with resin. If anyone can design Uncle Bruce, I'll be happy to print it. Let's see. I work in software, but I'll mop your floor for $100 an hour. Mike Sullivan, you're cracking me up. Let's see. As a subscriber to Masterclass, seems like so many jump on that name now. I think twice on that name. Well, like I said, I'm just throwing the name out because you're throwing the name out. I'm just throwing it around. 192 on GameStop, 121.25 on IPOE, 1448 on AMC. Gores, 1408 going up. The first rule of Bruce School is you don't talk about Bruce School. If we pay to attend the class, will you give us each the option to use for the in-class exercises? I'm not sure what that means. Welcome, Jennifer. Hi, Uncle Bruce. So should swim trunks be called sea pants or sea shorts? I have an idea. Welcome, Jennifer Smith. Wally, welcome, Jennifer. Courtney, have you considered a sliding scale or a pay what you can system? Erico, Bruce, when you make us all rich, that 10 grand you're hoping for will sound cheap. We'll carry you on our shoulders like you hit the game-winning shot. See, there you go. 192.74 on GameStop. We're going higher. We're getting better and better. 192.99 right now on GameStop. It's getting more and more better. We like it. 21.24 on IPOE, up $1.46. The IPOE high today, 21.49. Volume 4.7 million shares. GameStop volume now 4.1 million shares. Trading at 192.55. All right, AMC 14.53 volume 75.8 million. Gores volume 469,000. Took a shot to 440. Now at 14.06. Getting interesting. Things are starting to move here and there. Let's see. Can you make us some kind of a certificate? Yeah, $100, $100 extra dollars. Broker, I'm your boat. No sea pants, no sea shorts. Welcome, Jennifer. Uncle Bruce. Welcome, Jen. Bruce, my portfolio is green due to IPOE shares and calls. What do I do? Is this normal? My palms are sweaty, and I feel like I should tell the missus that we're in the green. She might believe now. What do I do? I'm not used to this stock going up all the time and making money. But how does? Is this what it's like being Warren Buffett? Is this what it's like all the time? Like, this feels pretty good. I could get used to this. You're going to need some time. You're going to take some time to get used to being richer. You just have to get used to the new normal. Get used to a new way of living, being richer. I have a small boat and run a small business. Right, there you go. You know what? Uncle Bruce charges. I'll be short by a penny. Uncle Bruce with Stockmarket Bruce. Here's an idea. Do a small class, but then also sell a recording for 30% less. See? Good thoughts. These are all good thoughts. A fabulous day today. A happy day here. Crew, we're having a good time. Bruce, can you please use a blackboard? Laugh out loud. By the way, have a good break, Bruce. Thank you. Whenever I get one, enjoy the ride. Would you barter for classes? I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a cheeseburger today. This is awesome. Jay Ray, well, that was nice. I enjoyed it. Deal. Joining in on the second hour is silly, but they'll repeat earlier questions. Yeah, there'll be no joiners. There'll be a class. There'll only be a certain number of people in the class. That's it. The class will be held privately, and then the rerun will probably air the next day, starting the next day. It'll take a while. Andrew, thank you for the donation. Andrew, I got the PayPal. Just click. Thank you. The rerun will run the next day, and it'll be available at a set amount, and you can watch it if you like, as many times as you want. Once you click in, you pay for it. You can watch it a million times over. And then we'll do another one, and another one. We'll have beginners classes, intermediates. We'll do advanced. We'll try to cover it all. It'll be in plain English. If you're expecting me to have really fancy, crazy, wild, and wacky graphics and stuff, you're going to be disappointed. It's going to be in plain English, and you can write notes, or you'll have access to the rerun. If you're in the master class, you can watch it as many times as you want, or you'll be able to watch the rerun at no extra charge because you already got the master class. You'll be able to watch the rerun and watch it as many times as you want. So, yeah, it could be fun. What can I say? Does this include sex? I'm just asking. Meet Kevin has free chat until he comes online to start his stream. Let's see. I can pay in grape jelly. And let's see. What else have we got going? Your class intro music definitely needs to be hot for teacher. Is there really a chance the GameStop will hit $10 million a share? Every chance. Ona, looks fine to me. Maybe something up with your player. Maybe 10 million is the floor. Let's clone Uncle Bruce. Let's see here. Bye, Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jane. I love you guys. Bye, Bagel Family. See you later. Of course, entrance fee should be based on your own personal average GameStop price at the time. Okay, there we go. Hit the books with Bruce. Let's see, 10,000 an hour. That's high stakes. Okay, hey everybody, Uncle Bruce, you're the best. I admit all the green is confusing. Wait, you guys are green? What? I'm up $7,000 today on GameStop and IPOE alone. I most definitely will attend your classes. Thank you for all you do. That's what I want all of you to be doing, to be up that kind of money. I want you all richer. I can't, honest opinion, since I've seen a bunch of those other folks, Uncle Bruce will let you see the whole picture on options, but don't expect to be an expert in an hour or two or even three. Attaboy, Andrew. Let's see. What else is going on here? So I finish off. I got to say my goodbyes here. It's all good now. Small class size will matter for Q's and A's. Discount code, hold for reruns. Yeah. Thank you all for being here today, visiting with me today. Hope you've enjoyed the first 3 hours of today's show, and the extra 32 minutes I've thrown in already. This should be fun. The class thing, I'll keep you posted. We're like I see, I'm asking you questions, and I'm asking for your thoughts, and you can see where the wheels are turning, and we're thinking, and we're wondering, and we're scheming, and we want to make as many of you happy as possible. We will not be able to make all of you happy, no matter how I do it. Some of you will go, well, that's not what I think you should be doing. It's okay, because that's the way it is. It's okay. It's complicated. Like I said at the beginning of the show, it's complicated. Thank you, everybody, so much. And this is great. Mama Babe, I just had to run 2 miles on my treadmill to calm me down from all the green I see in my portfolio. Now you're talking, Mama Babe. Now you know. See you later, guys. Thank you. Thank you for being here today. I'm on at 3 o'clock Eastern. Come on back. Let's do the last hour together, see what's going on today, and see if we can get richer. And we'll kind of go from there, okay? Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining, being members, super chats, donations, signing up for one-on-ones, asking for one-on-ones, talking to me about the classroom stuff. It's great. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. This is good stuff. That's not a lot of that's a lot of sneezing, Uncle Bruce. Later, dudes. Frankie, thank you. Thanks for the extra 30 minutes. Hey, thank you, Frankie, for the donation. Appreciate that, guys. Have a good one. And we'll catch you later. And be well, stay safe, and we'll see you this afternoon at 3 o'clock Eastern for the last hour and the first hour of the aftermarket. Woohoo! All right, see you guys. Bye for now.